of all, use this opportunity to offer my condolences on Nigerians that were drowned at the River Niger and on the River Niger because of the incompetence and corruption of the leaders of this country. Because the laws are very clear. You don't set sail in the middle of the night and then you have a rickety wooden boat that the capacity is 150, but 300 persons without life jackets, we are allowed to board such vessel and to travel in the middle of the night. That in itself is a mishap waiting to happen. And it happened. And a lot of people, more than 150, are unaccounted for. Many have died. And a lot more will be recovered dead. That tells you the story of this country.
If you've purchased a faulty car, you can get a massive payout like this and get your entire car loan paid off.
What we are celebrating in this independence is 64 years of madness, because you can't do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. That is the technical definition of madness. We are celebrating darkness. We are celebrating hardship. We are celebrating hunger. We are celebrating incompetence. We are celebrating corruption. We are celebrating the emergence of kakistocrats and kleptocrats in our government. The government by the worst and the government by compulsive thieves. Now, I give you an example. There is Hurricane Helene buffeting more than 5 states in the United States of America. President Joe Biden, the Vice President Harris, and even the presidential candidate Trump, they are going to these states, commiserating with them, offering their help, providing welfare, providing humanitarian services. But in Nigeria, our own president purportedly is jetting away to enjoy himself in vacation. What do you call that? But you know what? I am going to say this, because the India people are not doing this government any service. Rather than telling us the truth that he's unwell, because human beings can fall sick. When we were campaigning, we knew he was unwell. When I was in London, I heard they got him coming out from St. Mary's Hospital. Rather than telling the people the truth that he has gone on medical vacation, that he is unwell and has gone to examine himself in a hospital, so that at least you don't portray him as being insensitive, so that you don't portray him as enjoying while Nigeria is burning. They are saying he has jetted out to enjoy himself. What sane leader will go out to enjoy himself when more than 150 persons have died in a boat mishap? If that is true, then you cannot blame Governor Sim Fubara for saying that there is a need to build a psychiatric hospital to examine our leaders, because that's the only thing left to do. I will describe the situation in Rivers State as a state of madness, and I will describe the conduct as embarrassing. First and foremost, that a PDP will sabotage the government of PDP in Rivers State by purporting they are not going to partake in the election, in the local government election in Rivers State, tells you that PDP now, as presently constituted, is a party of abnormality. And that APC's government cannot do the right thing to encourage Rivers State to conduct its local government election, tells you that APC party, as presently constituted, is an apology. So these two parties have become unapologetically abnormal. And that is what is happening to the Nigerian state. Nigeria has become a nation that is unapologetically abnormal because of the influence of this PDAPC. I said it before that these two parties, they are the two heads of a monster, and we can see what is going on. Let us come into the issue of local government election. First and foremost, if you recall, the last regime of the local government in Rivers State, when their tenure ended, they wanted to extend their tenure through the instrumentality of the House of Assembly. And I was in support that it was illegal. And Governor Fubara wanted to use a caretaker committee to replace them. I was one of the lawyers that said this is illegal and that I do not support Governor Fubara to do that. And Governor Fubara can see that the Supreme Court sided some of us who said that the Constitution is clear on how the local government should be governed. Section 7(1) of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, states the system of local government by democratically elected local government councils is under this Constitution guaranteed, and every state shall ensure its existence by a law which provides for its establishment, for the structure, for the composition, for the finance and functions. The key phrase is democratically elected. The key statement. Now, the Supreme Court.
Did you know that a simple glass of water could be sabotaging your battle against type 2 diabetes? Pay attention. Blood glucose up to 100 is considered.
That gave judgment based on the case that Tinubu took to court through his attorney general, gave a judgment that no local government in Nigeria should be governed again by caretaker committee, and that elections must hold. And they put a punishment that any local government that does not comply, the allocation to that local government should be withdrawn. And after consultation, 90 days was agreed on. So 90 days from that judgment, not only that it is illegal, unlawful, but it attracts punishment that can make a local government and a state unviable. And Fubara marshaled out the state, the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, to organize the local government election in accordance with the Supreme Court judgment, in accordance with the provision of Section 7. And then you're telling me that some politicians who are enemies of progress, enemies of Rivers State, enemies of River people, are parading the judgment of a lower court to say you will frustrate the judgment of the Supreme Court. That is judicial recklessness. Let me give you an example. In the United States, the DOJ was prosecuting Donald Trump, a former president, for interrupting and trying to overthrow the election. The president went to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court gave judgment that he has some immunities. Immediately, the Supreme Court gave judgment, whether you like it or not. The whole system, the whole persons and authority in the United States now started doing everything, including the DOJ, to make sure they conform with the Supreme Court judgment. Whenever the Supreme Court gives judgment, the only duty of lower courts, the only duty of any person or any authority in Nigeria is to ensure that the Supreme Court judgment is enforced. So the courts ought to be giving orders of mandamus, compelling every party that is involved in election of Rivers State, which include INEC, because INEC must give the register to the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, which includes the RESC, that is Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, which include the police, any person or any authority. What they should do or ought to have done is that they must do everything the law says they must do to comply with the order of the Supreme Court, which is that local government election must be held in Rivers State within 90 days. And so the IG of police, going against the judgment of Supreme Court, because he's parading the judgment of a high court, is a blasphemy. Now, let me give an example. If the IGP of police gives an order and a police corporal disobeys it, and the IG summons the police corporal, and the police corporal stands in front of him and says, "Yes, sir, I disobeyed it because immediately you finished giving the order, the commissioner of police in my state gave a contrary order, and I decided to obey the order of the commissioner of police instead of your order." What do you think the IG should do to the policeman? Sack him. But that policeman, the corporal, has done exactly what the IG is doing. IG is purportedly saying he has an order of a high court when the Supreme Court has given an order, and he's saying he has decided to obey the order of the high court instead of that of the Supreme Court. And what does that mean? The IGP should be fired. You know why? By going to Rivers State, I'll tell you the laws he has breached. He has breached the policy of Tinubu's government, which is that every local government must hold the election within 90 days. And IGP is there to frustrate the holding of the election. So he's even working against the policy of Tinubu's administration. It wasn't me that went to court. It was the Attorney General of the Federation on behalf of the Federation and on behalf of the President, who is in charge of the executive powers of the Federation. So the IGP is working against the policy of this government.
Have you ever wondered how the world's currencies are traded? The foreign exchange market, also known as the Forex.
2, IGP went to Rivers State. He was standing on the land of Rivers State, not on federal land. He was standing on state agencies' land, not on federal agencies' land. The Land Use Act, Section 1, said every land in a state, every land comprised in a state is vested in the governor of the state. And the state is holding it. And the state governor is holding it in trust for the people. Which law gives the IGP the right to go and stand on a state land in front of a state agency? Because the only exception is if the land is federal government land or federal agency, to give orders to a state governor. No, it is the state governor that should give orders to the IGP, because he is the chief security officer of the state. I don't know where the IGP got that power, but let me tell the IGP, unknowing to him, he has committed a judicial coup. The Constitution is very clear. In Section 1, subsection 2, he said, the government of Nigeria shall not be governed, nor shall any person or group of persons take over the control of the government of Nigeria or any part thereof in any manner, except in accordance with the Constitution. The Constitution has already decreed that the system of local government by democratically elected local government councils is guaranteed under the Constitution. So if the IGP went to Rivers State in the negation of this provision, then he has become an accomplice to trying to assist people, to give them the power, using the instrumentality of the state, to make Rivers State to be governed or a part of it by people not in accordance with the Constitution. So the IGP is now an accomplice to trying to commit judicial coup. And let me tell you, Section 84, subsection 15 of the Electoral Act is very clear that nothing in this section or in the whole Electoral Act shall empower a court to stop the primary election or general election pending the determination of any suit. So where will the courts get the power to want to frustrate the election, local government election in Rivers State? You know what they want to do? They want to make the government of Governor Sim Fubara unviable. They want to make sure that the local government people in Rivers State and their people do not get their share, so that they will make it that he will have political problems with his people. And unfortunately, the IG of police is lending his voice to support this illegality and unlawfulness. Let me tell you, by IGP of police withdrawing the security from Rivers State, anybody that dies or is killed in that election because of that withdrawal, that will be a murder case against the IGP of police. I'll give you an example. Why is God holding David responsible for the death of Uriah? Did David physically kill Uriah? After committing adultery with the wife of Uriah, what David did was David set him up and he told his army, set this man up in front of battle, and when he's in front of battle, withdraw from him so that he will be killed. Who did God hold responsible for the murder of Uriah? It is David, because he's the one who withdrew the force after setting up Uriah. IGP withdrew Nigerian police to set up Rivers State to go into flames. So whoever dies there, the blood is on the head of IGP of police. And that's what I keep saying, that any politician who is not willing to go the way of Governor Sim Fubara, to stand up to resist criminality, illegality, to stand up to say, if I perish, I perish, but I will do the right thing. I will stand for democracy, stand for rule of law, stand for my people, because they voted for me. Any politician who is not ready for that resistance and protest should step aside. What Governor Sim Fubara is doing is absolutely correct. He's resisting intimidation, manipulation. He's resisting people who want to take over Rivers State and the local government in a manner that the Constitution has not decreed. The same people that were shouting that Governor Fubara was governing Rivers State with caretaker committee are the same people that want to frustrate the election. That is how insincere liars operate in government. What they are fighting for is their pocket. It is their positions and power, not the people. And the people must rise up to defend themselves from these leaders. So what Governor Sim Fubara did and is doing is in order, and I support it. What the IGP of police has done is illegal, is ungodly, is criminal. He should apologize to the people of Rivers State, and he must make sure that not even one hair of anybody in Rivers State falls to the ground, because the law is clear. The police is there to maintain law and order. So the police cannot withdraw in any circumstance from any situation that could cause chaos. The police cannot dabble into political issues. IGP is dabbling into political issues. He must withdraw from it, and he must make sure that the orders are maintained in Rivers State. And the chief security officer in Rivers State is Governor Sim Fubara, and his orders should be maintained.
If you have a child 12 or older and you like for them to get into the best university possible, I have something very.
And any lawyer, any judge, any court that is not upholding the rule of law should be held responsible and accountable. I've said it that when it comes to electoral jurisprudence, our judges have not lived above board. Let me make it clear that I am embarrassed that a lower court can go against the decision of the Supreme Court, and even in a manner that I believe that Supreme Court is even right. So you can't even be talking about judicial activism, because the 4 years term of this regime is coming to an end, and the court gives an order that the election will not hold. And then I hope the IG of police will remember to go and take the order and say he's stopping people from going to vote on that day. Because electoral bodies are meant to be independent. And the law is that they should not receive any direction or control from anybody. So a court giving an order that election will not hold in Rivers State, knowing it will constitute constitutional crisis, knowing it will deny Rivers State from even its allocation from the federal government, that judge has not upheld the tenets of justice and rule of law. As a lawyer, I cannot support that by any iota of imagination, because the whole idea of interpretation of constitution is to give value to it, not to destroy it. Do you know, in law, if you have a motion, for instance, seeking to destroy the rest, and there is a motion seeking to preserve the rest, even that motion seeking to preserve the rest, even if it came last, it will be treated first. That's the position of the law. Then you have people saying there is a judgment to destroy the rights of the Rivers people to vote. And they're saying there is another judgment that says go and vote. And you're telling me which one will I choose, when there is a superior judgment of the Supreme Court that has settled the matter? Why would they even dabble into it? And they will say the facts are different. What do they mean by that? That is judicial trickishness. That's judicial craftiness and cunning. The whole idea is hold election within 90 days. And the duty of every person and every authority in Nigeria is to ensure that the order of the Supreme Court and the provisions of the Constitution is obeyed. And so the judges, whoever partook in that, should be disciplined. That's my opinion.
I want to buy your house. I can pay you cash for your house, no matter what condition it's in.
And if you recall, even the law that says 1993 election should hold, if you recall, that law ousted the jurisdiction of the courts to give any order to stop it, just as it is in our laws today. And yet a judge went ahead, because some military boys did not want the election again. They wrote the law, and they used the instrumentality of the court to want to destroy the election. But something happened. The NEC then, under Professor Okonwo, refused, and they went ahead to conduct the election. And the election was conducted, and a winner emerged. Then the same military boys went and forcefully stopped the announcing of the result, still wanting to use the courts. And this is where Okonwo lost it. He would have proceeded to complete the announcement and announce the result. Why run away and chicken out? And many years after, even after when the man had died, you're coming to say you are announcing he won. No. If you want to do the right thing no matter the consequences. If you don't want to do the right thing, keep quiet and keep quiet forever. That's why when people want to marry, They will say, if you know anything that wants to stop this people to marry, come and talk, or forever remain silent. From now onwards in Nigeria, if you're given a duty, do it. Whoever wants to stop you, say no. Go ahead and do it. That's the only way we can be saved from this crop of leaders. They don't have conscience, they don't respect the rules, and they want to corrupt everybody. So please, if most refused to obey the injunction not to conduct the election and proceeded to conduct the election and started announcing the result, he wouldn't have succumbed to the blackmail of the military boys then. He would have proceeded to complete the announcement and announce the winner and finish his job. And whatever happens to him, he would have known he has done his job. That is what Simfubara is doing. He said, if you shoot me, go ahead. You will go down in history as the most wicked and callous IGP that killed Fubara. When you want to take over the leadership of your place, or you want to represent your people, what were you thinking? You think leadership is a common case? No. Esther said, if I perish, I perish. Whenever you are in leadership, look at what happened to Donald Trump. In America, where security is everywhere. Yet 2 times now they wanted to kill him. Every profession has its own risk. If you're not willing to take the risk that is attached to any profession, step aside so that people who are given that mind by God will go ahead and serve God in that capacity. If you're an actor and an actress and you say you're not going to hug babes and you're not going to kiss them, step aside. Because that's what the job is. Don't come and say you're a born-again Christian. That's what the job entails. If you're a politician and you can't stand for your people that voted for you, and because you don't want to die, step aside. Because that's what the job entails. Any politician that is not behaving like Simfubara.
Are you ready for a career change and eager to pursue a rewarding path as a trained electrician?
Who will resist and protest when his rights are trampled upon, knowing that our judicial system, knowing that our electoral system have failed us, that any politician who will not stand his ground, no matter the risk to his person, I said, I will not speak for that politician again, and I maintain it. And you can see what is happening, because we can't go forward. We calm down. If Simfubara has been saying, calm down, do you know where Rivers State would have been? He said he's ready for them. He's fully prepared. The election must go on. The election must hold. Winners must be declared. They will be sworn in. And whatever is going to happen, let it happen. I am looking for leaders who would say, nobody will rig my election. And if you rig my election, I will fight. Nigerians, come out and fight. If they kill anybody, let them kill all of us. Oh, yes. And thank God I'm seeing it happen. What Fubara did, was he advocating for violence? Was he advocating that the law should be broken? No. He was advocating for his right. That's my opinion. That's my advocacy. We must advocate for our right and stand by it. I did not disqualify anybody. I don't have that right. I said, I am not going to speak for anybody going forward except this person meets this criteria. In any case, we have finished 2023 election. It's over. 2027 election has not come. So anybody who is saying betrayal, what am I betraying? There is nothing on ground. When I was a spokesman in 2023, I did my job creditably well, and we convinced Nigerians on what we believe is right. But you can see that in Nigeria, you not only have to have the power to win election, you have to have the power to defend your election. So anybody that does not have that spirit of power to defend the votes in a manner that you would say, whatever happens to me as a person, let it happen. I am not willing to speak any further for the person. So what I just simply said is that going forward, I will no longer be part of this. until these fears are addressed. So I did not disqualify anybody. One, I don't have that power. Then two, I am not betraying anybody because I'm still a member of Labour Party. And you can see I'm still fighting. The Labour Party should be consolidated because Nigerians are looking for an alternative to these people. But if you want to fight these people who are compulsive thieves and who are the worst amongst us, leading us, according to Senator Ndume, who is part of them, then you have to grow higher and be more aggressive than calm down. That's what I said, and I stand by it. In all honesty, I would have said we don't. But because I'm a student of theology, I would not say so. Because when Elijah thought he was the only person that was worshiping God, God said, no, you're not the only person. There are more than 7,000 persons like you still in that country that have not done anything evil. I know them.
Paying your bills on time raises your credit score, right? Wrong. In fact, this is the first of 3 major credit.
So the only thing we have to do in this country, we must not be sentimentally attached to anybody, any politician. We must not be loyal to political parties or politicians. We have to be loyal to the country and to the law. And if any law is unjust, we have to fight the law. If anybody is doing anything illegal, no matter who the person is, we have to fight the person. So in Nigeria, we must create the environment so that those 7,000 that we do not know who are leaders will be able to begin to emerge. If the good ones keep quiet, they will never emerge. When people say people are selling their votes, you know why they are selling their votes? Because they believe that even if they vote their conscience, it will not count. Not because they want to be corrupt. They saw what happened in 2023. I was an active participant in that election of 2023. They did not sell their votes. But after, it did not count. So they'll be like, why would I go and say I'm voting for my conscience when it will not count? If I'm going to take this money, at least it will be what I gain. So if we don't fight, we are making the people that want to do the right thing to even lose confidence. That is why we must have to rise up to defend democracy. We must make sure that our votes count and are counted in every election. Otherwise, people will not see the reason to vote their conscience. Because even if they vote their conscience, it will not count. So in Nigeria, there are still a lot of men and women that are not corrupt. I may not know them, but they will emerge. There are still a lot of judges that are not corrupt. I can say that because I've won a lot of cases as a litigator and I have never met any judge privately. If every judge is corrupt, that means I wouldn't win any case. So I can say that there are judges in our court that are not corrupt. We may not know them, but we must create an avenue to defend such ones when the hawks that are corrupt want to swallow them up. So also in all the departments, ministries, agencies in Nigeria, there are politicians that are not corrupt. There are Nigerians that are not corrupt. Why is it that when Nigerians go outside Nigeria, they perform creditably well? It is because by their nature, they are not corrupt. But it is the environment that is helping to make them corrupt. It is the poverty, the hunger and hardship that are contributing to tempt them to be corrupt. I want to tell you, it's not every Nigerian that is corrupt. It's not every judge. It's not every civil servant that is corrupt. But we must fight so that those people will have the courage to arise. I cannot ever remember myself being corrupt in anything. I do my best. I say the truth, and I'll leave the rest to God. Does that mean I'm ascribing perfection to myself? Then that means I am not honest. I am not even a good man. There is only one that is good, and that's God. The only thing I know is that I'm an honest man. And we must fight to save our country. We are now at the edge of a precipice. And every Nigerian should not keep quiet. We must fight for our country. We don't have any other country. What Alex Oti did was purely legal by the constitution of the Labour Party. Article 13, 2A talked about the composition of the NEC, the National Executive Council of Labour Party. And the governor, elected governor, and the deputy, III, is a member of the NEC. And the presidents and general secretaries of the labor unions manning the labor centers are members of the NEC. The women the chairman of the women commissions of the labor centers, they are members of NEC, statutory members. So immediately INEC, not even Labour Party, rejected Abure, and rightly too, for not conducting any convention known to law. The only set of people remaining as members of NEC are the statutory members, which include Dr. Alex Oti and his deputy, the presidents of NLC and TUC, and their general secretaries, and the chairman of the women commissions of Labour Party. By the constitution, which Abure.
Looking for a broker that can match your drive and ambition? Don't settle for second.
Gave to me when I came to Labour Party. It was not Labour Party that declared Abure's seat vacant. It was INEC. And he was disgraced out of INEC. And Labour Party has always insisted that there will be a party of rule of law. Because Article 8C is very clear. That the aim and objective of Labour Party is to create a new Nigerian personality that is altruistic, that is patriotic, and that is committed to rule of law and due process in all spheres of our national life. And so that's why we are fighting. And I will continue to fight that the right thing should be done. Abure did not conduct any convention. Can you imagine? I said I was not even aware that a convention was going on. And do you know what? They missed the point. At least INEC has a bragging right now that it is more honest than some group of people in Nigeria. INEC can now claim that at least it is more honest than the Abure-led, expired Abure-led NWC of Labour Party. They did not give any notice known to law to INEC. First of all, they say they gave a notice by December for a convention that will hold by March. The question is, which notice? They say they gave a notice to INEC about a purported convention that will hold in Umuahia in a different date. Please, did Abure and his cohorts hold any convention in Umuahia? Good. Does that not invalidate it? They say they gave another notice for one convention that will hold in Edo. Please, was there any convention held in Edo? The only notice they are saying they gave to INEC for a purported convention held in Newi was 6 days to the time. That was when INEC received it. Please tell me any law that says you will give notice to INEC for 6 days to hold any convention. And the law is clear by section 82.5 that any convention without such valid notice is invalid. That's the law. Apart from that, it's an insult to INEC that you're giving INEC 5 notices for a convention, and all of them are speaking of different things. You know the danger in that, if INEC accepts it, there are about 18 political parties. If each party will be giving INEC 5 notices for a convention and they accepted it as normal, they would have about 90 notices to treat. And then 6 days to the time, Let us assume you told INEC you're going to have your convention in Sokoto, and they mobilized everything waiting for you to have it in Sokoto. Okay, let me even give you an example. If you said you are going to have your convention in Abuja, and they mobilize their people, with the cost of fuel now, they can just trek from their office to Abuja. And they have done everything like that, not allocating money for flight, not allocating money a day to the time. Because once you accept, you will accept for 6 days, which the law does not permit. That means somebody can come a day to the time. So a day to the time, you come to INEC and say, no, you've changed your notice. It is not going to be in Sokoto. And it might be in a town close to Niger Republic, where they will need to mobilize their people in terms of flight, in terms of accommodation, in terms of everything. If you allow INEC to allow the illegality that Abure and his colleagues perpetrated to stand, then INEC has opened itself to such illegality that 18 other parties will be exploiting it, and they will cite that one as precedent. INEC did the right thing by making it clear that Abure did not organize any convention known to law. But here is another thing. Convention is for the members of Labour Party. It's not for INEC. Can Abure and his colleagues tell the world where any one notice was given to the members of Labour Party that there's a convention? One notice. Because the law is clear. In section 82, subsection 3 of the Electoral Act, that the executive of the party must be elected by the members of the party or their elected delegates. And then he did not even give notice at all to members of Labour Party. At all. No media house announced it. So it's not even INEC. INEC's own is to come and monitor. But the people that ought to be the ones to conduct convention, to vote in the convention, are the members of the party or the elected delegates. Nothing like that happened. So are you trying to say that a president will now be created in Nigeria where people will not involve the members of a political party, and they will come out and announce themselves that they are leaders of that party, and you say it will be allowed to stand? That's another madness.
If you've purchased a faulty car, you can get a massive payout like this and get your entire car loan paid off.
Abure had an agreement with all the stakeholders that he was going to organize an all-inclusive convention. He did not do it. The law says that he should step aside because his regime is over. The members of the Labour Party did not vote. Will it surprise you to note the Labour Party does not have any executive at any level? Not at what level? Not at local government level, not at state level, not at the national level. And somebody is claiming to be the national chairman, and he has been there for years. If you're a member of that party, if you're supporting such a person, are you not insane? Whoever is supporting Abure and his cohorts, that person is insane. Governor Fubara's psychiatric hospital should be recommended for that person. No, how can you come and you're supporting an executive that did not even say you're a human being, that did not even invite you? Have you ever seen a national convention where none of the posts, none was contested for? None. In the so-called convention, no position was contested for. Can you imagine? The national chairman seat, nobody contested for it. The journalists were not allowed to come in to see people voting. Do you call that convention? There was no convention at all in the eyes of the law. And INEC simply said, there was no convention. We don't have any report. We were not invited in a manner known to law. And members of the Labour Party, including me, he said, I was not aware. I saw it on the social media. And it is true. And I was a spokesperson. No, will I be telling myself the truth if I ever support such a convention? What mouth will I use to condemn another political party? At least the difference is that in the Labour Party we are fighting. And we will win. Because the victory of good over evil is settled. So in Labour Party, what Alex Otti did, and that appointment of Nenadi Usman and Dalitin Wokocha is purely according to the constitution of Labour Party. Because when the NWC expired and INEC accepted it, then the legitimate members of the NEC, which are 33 members, met as NEC. And the Labour Party constitution gave them the right to appoint the executives of the NWC in between conventions. It is there by the right of NEC, by Article 13(2)(b. They have the right. So they just appointed it in accordance with the Labour Party constitution. 2019. That was what happened. Purely legal. It was not an imposition. It was their right. And you saw how Alex Otti went about it. He invited everyone, including the Abure group. Every stakeholder in Labour Party was invited. At least Abure did not invite the members of Labour Party when he did his own convention. Alex Otti invited every stakeholder. So which one by equity do you prefer? And by law. So the law is on his side. And Labour Party did what they should do by the constitution of Labour Party and by the laws of Nigeria.
If you have a
Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has sworn in the newly elected council chairman of the 23 local government areas. The exercise was held on Sunday at the Executive Council chamber of the Government House in Port Harcourt, the state capital. Hours after the chairmen were issued certificates of return by the chairman of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, Justice Adolphus Enebele. An exercise held amid heightened tension on Saturday. The Action People's Party won 22 out of 23 chairmanship positions, while the Action Alliance candidate won 1 seat. However, Governor Fubara warned the council chairman not to misuse the power bestowed on them, stressing that there will always be consequence for their actions.
Let me tell you, life is not about you trying to get everything. Because if you think it's about you getting everything, I assure you, you lose everything. You must ensure that this opportunity God has given to you at this critical time. I'm looking at your faces. If it were in a normal situation, you know what I mean normal situation? They used to say in a local palace, who's that monkey? You know it. So God had a reason for bringing you now. Don't fail him. Don't fail these people, these elders that are here to witness this ceremony. We want this to be a landmark. That is the truth.
Joining us now on this show as we review the just concluded local government election in Rivers State is Okonwo Nkotaria, former special advisor to former Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State. Nkotaria, very good to have you on the program. Well, two things.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning, Doc.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ayo, and good morning, Rufai.
Good morning.
Well, quickly, can you confirm to us that the police have withdrawn their men who allegedly sealed off, the premises of the various local government councils to which new persons have been elected as chairman and who were sworn in yesterday? Because there's a story making the rounds that the Inspector General of Police has given instruction that the police of occupation should vacate those premises. And second, beyond all the details, we all know what the details about the election, are. What lessons do you think we can learn from the process just concluded in Rivers State, where a governor stood up, a godfather, and stood up to federal might and said, well, powers have been given to the state under the Constitution and affirmed by the Supreme Court. What lessons?
I want to buy your house. I can pay you cash for your house, no matter what condition it's in. If you need to sell your house.
Well, first and foremost, I cannot say authoritatively that the policemen have vacated the secretariat, the council secretariat or complexes, but I can tell you for sure that yes, I have information on that they have, but I have not visited those local government councils to ascertain the veracity of what the information at my disposal. But I think they have left, but I cannot say for certain that they have left because I have not visited the councils. But from what I gathered, they have left. Until I visit any of the councils, then I can tell you authoritatively that they have left.
But have you also gathered anything about the council chairman having been sworn in and given their certificates of return? Will go to those secretariats this morning and will be electing without any hindrance. Do you have any information to that effect? It's already past 9 o'clock. If they are going to report for work, they should be on their way.
As at the time I spoke with my local government chairman, I'm talking of Asaritori local government area, as at the time I spoke with him, he said he was already driving into the council premises, secretariat. That was what he said. And that we were going to talk later. And that was how we ended the discussion. So that's why I say, well, because when you say they have vacated all the council secretary, you're talking of the 23 local government areas. They have left Asalga from my discussion with my council chairman. I don't know if they have left Falga. I don't know if they've left Akroga. I don't know. I have to go or I have to confirm with the local government chairman so that I don't just say what I don't know on air.
Okay, what lessons can we learn from Rivers? The ballot revolution in Rivers State.
Well, fine. We've put an end to the issue of political monstrosity. This is a clear case of the venom of a viper can do nothing to the back of a tortoise. It is not all about being licentious, braggadocious, loquacious. No, they say action speaks louder than words. And this should serve as a lesson to future godfathers that Nigerians are sick and tired of godfatherism in this country. Whether you assisted somebody to ascend a particular height, to achieve a particular height or not, to attain any height in this world, that person will appreciate what you have done for him. But that does not mean or give you the right to go and sleep with the person's wife, so to speak. And that is the problem with godfatherism in this country. To my chagrin, the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, was the same person who said, as a sitting governor then, and I have the tape, that what happened in Lagos State in the case of Ambode will never happen in Rivers State. We are talking of the issue of godfatherism, which I call pestilence of godfatherism. He said it was never going to happen in Rivers State, and that he is one man that will never impose a governor or dictate to his successor what to do. That once he's out, if God blesses him and he serves out his tenure, he will go and rest. That was what he said. And again, during the Thanksgiving or reception, so to speak, after he left, shortly after he left office, organized by the state governor, at the instance of the governor of Rivers State, Same Fubara, he said there that anybody who makes that mistake to look at him as a small boy, that person is doing so at his own peril. He said so. And that the heavens and the earth are definitely with him. That's why I said it was to my chagrin. I am a little bit surprised that the same person who gave all these warnings, who is seized of all these facts, is the same person who wants to impose the issue of godfatherism in Rivers State.
All right.
And
okay.
We all human beings revolt at tyranny, and everybody said no, it is not possible.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that. Now, I don't know what you think, but two wrongs don't make a right. I'd like you to give us your assessment of the elections over the weekend. Would you classify it as being free, fair, credible in terms of the way that people voted? Because I know, yes, the people are coming out to speak against godfatherism, and we speak against godfatherism. However, what we've been talking about is having strong institutions and a democracy that works. Is that what played out over the weekend?
Well, no matter your reason for selling, We Buy Homes 365 can give you a fast cash offer. Unlike a regular home, we don't make you pay closing cost or realtor commissions.
Oh, definitely. You know, Rivers people desiderated for democracy. And in fact, that is one major reason why, the governor of Rivers State is having the support, the organic support is having. Because we believe in democracy. And so when we had that court order instructing the police not to provide services during the election, we laughed, as reckless as it is. But it is obvious that the judge, I'm very sorry to say, was a conflicted fellow. He is. Otherwise, we all know that the court cannot stop an election. If we go by the Electoral Act 8415, it cannot stop an election. So what did the judge do? All he did was to instruct the police not to render services in order not to maintain law and order, believing that there might be some crisis in the state that might lead to death or one thing or the other, and a state of emergency will be declared. We have a Supreme Court judgment that gave 3 months to state governors to conduct local government elections. Anybody who fails to do so will not be, any state which fails to do so will not be eligible for local government allocations. So the whole essence was to frustrate the whole process, I'm talking of local government election process, so that at the end of October, the time given by the Supreme Court, by which time October 30th, or is it 31st or 30th that the month will end, by the fluctuation of time, 12 midnight, October 30th or 31st, the state will no longer be eligible to have local government elections, allocations. And you know that what that will lead to, it will accumulate in crisis in the local government, because there will be frustration in the local government, which will lead to disorder in the state. That was the whole plan. And that's why they say, oh no, the police don't go and secure, because the court cannot interdict the conduct of local government elections going by the Electoral Act. The court cannot. So police don't, so that there will be crisis. But we thank God, it was a crisis-free, no hitches, nothing. The Rivers electorate, the people of Rivers, they conducted themselves in a very civilized manner.
Mr. Gutari.
And this is a shame to the police and the Inspector General of Police.
Mr. Gutari.
That we do the services of the police. It's a shame that without the police, we conducted a very peaceful election, the most peaceful election in Rivers State. Without the police. Yes, Rufai, I can hear you, but let me finish. Go ahead. Yes. Very well. I can hear you very well, Rufai.
Please, can you tell me how the APP won almost all the seats in the state? I mean, I don't understand. A party that was just cobbled together about a week or two ago won all the seats, almost all the local government seats. It doesn't make sense to me. Is this democracy?
In fact, yes, Rufai, honestly speaking, I am also in quandary. I think after this interview, I'm going to reach out to the chairman of the APP. I don't even know him, funny enough. I don't even know the chairman of the APP. And I think it's a slight on the part of the governor that a sitting governor, a member of the PDP, lost even in his own ward, lost even in his own unit. It's pathetic that we have we had that kind of situation. But that is what it is. That is what the SEC has said. That is stated by Electoral Commission.
So,
like I told you, I'm not a member of any political
this
party.
norm now that one political party.
Know.
So I deliberately asked you that question because it's a trick question. So this norm now that one political party
I know.
affiliated to the governor will win everything, and you people are complaining about Wike. Is this not worse than Wike?
Is it affiliated to the governor?
Really? So who is the party affiliated to? You don't even know the chairman of the party.
Asking now.
It's affiliated to the governor. It's affiliated to the governor. That's the governor's political tool.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, you're just telling me now. I don't know. You're just telling me now.
Oh, that's it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, my goodness.
No. Oh, yeah.
So you people too,
good Lord.
you people too have become hegemons like you are blaming Wike for. Isn't it? Isn't it?
No.
Really?
That is wrong.
Why?
That is wrong.
Why?
Because yes, that is wrong. Yes, I'll tell you why. Like as I speak, I told you I don't even know the chairman of the party. And you are the one telling me now that the party is affiliated to the governor of Rivers State. I have to do my investigations and my findings before I can speak on that. You are the one just telling me that now.
So it was quick to swear them in 24 hours after the election, and they have no affiliation to him, right?
Insurance companies don't want you to know this. If your insurance rates keep going up like mine, then you need to follow this loophole I found to lower your auto insurance rates. I had been with the same company for years.
That is the prerogative of a governor when to swear in the local government.
And he didn't feel sad about his own political party not winning.
Today they are swearing, Rufai, today they are swearing in the commissioner nominees. Today too they are going to swear in commissioner nominees. So what is wrong with that?
Uncle Taria, very quickly.
Yes.
Now,
yes, Doc, I can hear you.
Some newspapers are reporting today that the supporters of Minister Wike are heading to the courts to declare what happened on October 5, last Saturday, as illegal and unacceptable. Is your camp worried about that? That this matter is not over. The triumphalism that we saw yesterday, our government house at the swearing in, maybe abbreviated, but the reality that the outcome may be contested in the courts. Are you worried about that? Because in any case, any election process is not over until it is tested in the courts. That has been our experience in Nigeria, isn't it?
Doc, I don't think anybody should be distraught. Because at the end of the day, at the end of every process, it will be subjected to the clinical progresses of the legal lab, from the tribunal to the Supreme Court. It's normal. Even the issue of the validity of the House of Assembly members, I think it's now before the Supreme Court. So nobody should be bothered about that. What we are worried is the issue of crisis. Some people were apprehensive that certain persons might incite crisis, stimulate crisis in the state. And we didn't see that. If you want to ventilate your views, your grievances in court, of course you have the right to so do, and it is welcome. That's the civilized way to approach issues. Very civilized way. So if anybody wants to go to court, fine. You go to court, from High Court to Supreme Court. And whatever the Supreme Court says it is what it is. And there's no problem. After all, we've seen situations where Supreme Court will remove a governor after 8 months. And you only grumble. There's nothing you can do. Your hands are fettered. There's nothing you can do. It happens. In the issue of giving years on weekend, he lost at the tribunal, lost at the Court of Appeal, and it won at Supreme Court. The issue of what is the Imo State governor, we all knew what happened. We all seized of those facts. So if you're going to court, why not? That's a welcome development. You can go to court. But what anybody will frown on is the issue of crisis. That's all. But you are free to go to court.
When you say crisis, do you mean like the outbreak of violence post-election?
Yes, outbreak of violence. Outbreak of violence during, before, during, and after the elections.
All right. Okay, so you say there was no violence, but we hear reports of gunshots being heard. The APC secretariat, there was a bomb scare there. I'd like you to throw more light on that. Then also, in terms of voter turnout, where people feel safe enough to come out, there were also reports that in some centers, there was manual voting when it ought to have been electronic, but people voted manually. In some centers, some result sheets weren't present. Did this happen in the elections over the weekend?
What if I told you that your property does not need a security guard to protect it? After having been fortunate enough to secure over 4,500 properties, I have discovered that there are 3 key factors to securing your job site.
Well, I'm just hearing this for the first time, but even at that, let us assume, without conceding that these things you mentioned happened. Even at the national election, during the gubernatorial and presidential elections, we all saw what happened. We all saw the manual. When some said even the, was not even working, the electronic was not working. There was even a situation where they said, in fact, the IRF could not work. The IRF that worked for the National Assembly member did not work for the presidential, during the presidential election. We all saw sorts of controversies and so on.
But
assuming, without conceding that those things happen in Rivers State, fine. Then you talk of the turnout of voters. Well, I didn't visit all the polling units to know, but I can tell you that we had large turnout in Asaga. Yes, very large turnout in Asaga. And even in Akroga, I can speak, even in Delga. I can't talk of Port Harcourt, I can't talk of Ahoda because I didn't visit those places.
All right.
But if you talk of Asaga, that's the local government. We had last turnout.
I hear you when you say that.
Akroga, last turnout. Okay. Because we all collaborate.
I hear you when you say that, oh, is that a justification that because it happened in other places, so we should just ignore it? Because what we're looking to do is to prosecute even better run elections. I'm just speaking for the people of Rivers State, because at the end of the day, elections should be about people and not one person, either a godfather or the sitting hijacking the process. That's what we're speaking for this morning. So does that justify the fact that it's done in other places? Does that justify that happening in the States and the elections over the weekend?
Sorry, you're talking of the malfunction?
Yes, the malfunction. And the malfunction, the result sheet, some of those things I mentioned that you said that even though you hadn't heard about it, but even in the event that it happened, it happened in other places.
No, but no, it's not. No, please don't misunderstand me. What I'm saying is these are errors that could happen, even when you have the best of machines. After all, we saw it today where Jonathan, our former president, President Goodluck Jonathan, Ruben Abati's boss, went to vote, and he had to wait for about an hour or thereabout to stand to be corrected when the machine malfunctioned. So these are things that could happen. That does not mean we're going to stop the election when there's an alternative. That's the point I'm making. And while we work on improving, we have to improve on our machines. I'm not justifying it, but I say these are things that could just happen. We are even human beings. You get up in the morning, at times you feel strong, and by the time before you walk to your car, you find out that you're feeling dizzy, you have this headache or something. There's nothing you can do about it.
But what about
I'm not trying to justify. What I'm telling you, these things can just happen.
Mr. Ankatara, so what about
because the CEC chairman said he was prepared. Yes.
Okay, so but what about the building of the APC that was touched, by an explosive? That's number one. Secondly, I would also like to ask, now the center of gravity of the fight has added one more political party, which is the APP now. We're hearing stories that even within the APP, one faction came out all of a sudden and said they are not in support of the APP being used by a tool by the government. I mean, what do you have to say about all of this? Because
if you've purchased a faulty car, you can get a massive payout like this and get your entire car loan paid off for free. Take Tyler, for example. He purchased a 2022 Honda Civic.
It's just many dynamics in the
Well, first and foremost, exactly, first and foremost, like when you said the APP, like I said, I'm even yet to know the chairman of the APP on a very serious note. And I'm just hearing this for the first time, that you're even having a faction in APP. But if tomorrow I have to be on this station, I definitely would do my research and tell you the facts. If some persons are saying, no, this is politics. Politics is a concentric circle of conspiracies and articulated interests. If certain persons are saying, no, that we are not part of this. But they have their reasons. Now, substantiate those reasons and let us look at the sense and the reasonableness in what you're saying.
Is the reason more than money?
That's what we have to look at.
Is the reason more than money? Because God knows how much money has been pumped into the party. There's a lot of chop now. There's a lot of chop.
You really try to understand the politics of the country and even River State. So if those persons if those persons are protesting because they were not given money, well, they should come out to say, they should be bold enough to say, wait, we are not giving money because we are protesting because we are sidelined. So is that justifiable? That's the question. The conundrum there is that justifiable? If 90% of the APA, is it AP?
You don't even know the party your governor, the Fubara you're supporting is using. You don't even know the party. You politicians.
Because, like I told you, I am not working with the governor, so I don't need to know. I don't need to know. I'm not working with the governor.
You don't support him over Wike?
That's the truth about it.
You don't support him over Wike? In this fight between him and Wike, who do you stand with?
I support his fight. I support his fight against godfatherism. Yes. And that is not because it's Governor Fubara. It could be any other person. I support his fight against godfatherism. And I say to you tomorrow, I support against godfatherism. It's not as if I have any personal relationship. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
The fight against godfatherism, I support you tomorrow. And if tomorrow Governor Fubara wants to be a godfather to another person, we'll all fight against him.
Okay, Okunabo, yes. Thank you very much. But before you go,
yes,
Governor Fubara, having made the point that desperate situations require desperate measures, told the newly elected local government chairman that they should defend the interests of the people of River State. Do you think they will do that, or that now that local councils are going to enjoy the benefits of financial autonomy, they will be focused on something else? Where would the control be? Because just as the APP swept the polls in the local government elections in your state, also in Akwa Ibom, the PDP swept all the polls. In fact, it was 34 over 34 in Akwa Ibom. In Anambra, it is also the same thing. So Abga dominating also in Anambra. So, is there any hope for the people that the local councils are to serve in this regard? Beyond River State, just general question.
Well, I think we have to revisit our local government laws, especially with respect to the tenure and of the local government chairman and the way they can be removed. I don't believe the State House Assembly should be responsible for removing our local government chairman and so on. No, let the councillors do that. And so we have to stipulate procedures, spell out procedural obligations on how to do it, so that if a local government chairman is not alive to accessibility, those in the local government will know, and they will know how best to remove it. They should be in the best position to know if a local government chairman is alive to accessibility or not, and not just the House of Assembly or a governor of a state who want the man to be a puppet, a pawn, who direct him every month give A to this, every month give B to this. No, that's not what we want. Let the local government councillors be responsible for the removal of a local government chairman, for his impeachment and subsequent removal of a local government chairman. That is my take on that. So I think we have to review the local government council laws.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time with us this morning, Mr. Nkotaria, and all the best with River State.
So before I go on, everything in this video is allegedly. All right. So it's time to give you people another call recording of Bobrisky when he was in detention. Now, this one has a lot of details. This one is well detailed. So now go see how everything play. You understand? Not the part 2 of the other one. This one is another one. Now, this one was recorded on the 16th of May, 2024. Now, the reason why I want to post this one now is because, to be honest, I was waiting for people that said they want to file a lawsuit to file the lawsuit. The ones where they say he made an innuendo, he did this one, do this one. In all honesty, yeah, I was waiting for that. But as nobody don't send the paper here, maybe they will send them tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday. And they will send them today. Today is Monday. You understand? But before they do it, let me post. Now, no law, when I know you innuendo. My own, we say the corruption that went down in that prison must be unveiled. And anybody that has a hand in it must be casted. You understand? For those that have reputation that their name is involved, it is easy. Just clear yourself of this thing and penalize whoever is spreading rumors with your name. If it is rumor, that is if no be true. You understand? So all those talk of this thing, you people don't scare me 1 second. I swear to God Almighty, I am not even scared. I look at the whole thing and I'm like, okay, let me see what they are trying to do. When they are done, we'll continue what we want to do. You understand? So truth is, if you want Nigeria to be better, you won't respect nobody. I swear to God, forget respect. Nigeria can be better if we keep on doing all selected criticism. Is that what it is? But anyways, let's start.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, hi.
Bob, how you doing?
I'm okay.
You know, are you out yet?
I'm not out there.
Oh my God.
Okay, so quick, but I don't have enough time because, I just had to, but the reason why I'm even trying to talk to you about this is because obviously I've not been talking to anybody. People have been sending me so much messages about not responding because I don't want anybody to know I have my phone.
Yeah.
So
First things first, I don't want anybody to know I have my phone. That people sending me messages. But let's continue.
So I don't want to talk to somebody that I know that I can trust. Yeah. So obviously you knew what happened to me, right? So before the EFCC, of course they were investigating me, about the cars, money, and everything. All this while, so I knew one day they will come for me like this because of the noise and all that. But it's fine. So when they were investigating me, they blocked my account. They froze my account. Obviously, they don't want me to do any transaction while they're doing their ongoing investigation. Okay.
Now, before we continue, the revelation of EFCC in the House of Rep, EFCC said they never froze his account. Now, Bobrisky is saying his account was frozen. Let's continue.
One thing that I'll tell anybody that has an open, pending personal injury claim, it's important to be an advocate for.
So, but I'm so glad that they did not. At first, they added money laundering charges in their charge because of the money they saw in my accounts and all the money that passed through my accounts. At least they were able. So they just asked some money, but we're able to beg them and give them some money so they can drop the money laundering charges because.
Now, he said they saw some money in his account and some money that passed through his account. So they investigated him for money laundering. But they begged and they paid the FCC some money and the money laundering charges were dropped. This is another recording entirely. So let's continue anyways.
I can't be facing money laundering charges. God forbid. Spraying of money. I mean, that one, they're looking for something to just hold me. They just eat that. It's not like I'm the only one that sprayed money.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people spraying money out there. But you want to convince me because of spraying money. And that's quite weird. But me, I'm strong. And I'm ready for anything that comes my way. Because I don't know. No, obviously, I knew the ONV, 8, the 8 hours. Shana only am. I knew one day to get to this, And another thing that made me happy was the fact that they did a proper investigation on me, and they noticed that I am not into money laundering and I'm not into fraud. Yeah. Every money, the car, they came to my house, they carried my car now. They carried my car, they carried everything, because what they thought coming to me, they will see people I do business with.
So EFCC went to his house, they carried his cars. While we were out in the House of Rep, EFCC said they did not freeze his account. Now, Bobrisky is saying his account was frozen and EFCC even went to his house to carry his car. Let's continue. This ring light is blessed, you don't do week.
WhatsApp or an email, or it also that they were not able to find any of such. My money is legit. I keep saying this thing, but people don't believe. They think I'm into fraud or I'm into picking money for politicians or whatever. But they run a proper checkup and they couldn't even find any of that on me. All the money I had.
This same person that is saying that they saw some money that passed through his account. Do you understand? After saying the truth the first time, like saying don't know, saying don't cast. He concretely tried to correct what he said. So in one breath, you are saying they saw some money in your account and you paid the FCC. In another breath, you're saying, oh, the money that you're having is a legit money. But let's continue anyways.
All the money I have are genuine, and the sources are like most of my influencing. Like that day I called, the old man wants to pay me 10,000 pounds. And I think that it's for influencing. So like people they don't know how I charge a lot of money for influencing. They don't know, So but I made them to understand that I charge as far as $100,000 to influence.
$100,000 for influencing. $100,000 for influencing. ECFCC will not go really invest. Nana, I'm really curious of the amount EFCC saw in this account. You understand? Okay, let's go on.
So if you think you cannot do it, all fingers are equal. Some other people do it, and trust me, God bless the also. So they did all that, and obviously I met a very terrible judge. The judge wasn't coming. The judge wasn't fair as well. Coming. He's not there. Okay, can you excuse me? I'm on the phone. Yeah. So
wait.
Before we continue, coming. That means Bobrisky obviously had like a maid, like somebody helping him in the house. Obviously, this part you will know that he is not in prison. But the good part is that the person now asked him. Let's continue.
Where are you like this?
Truth be told, I don't want to lie to you. You're my person. I'm not in prison, but I'm around there. They got me an apartment, because of my godfather. My godfather was able to tell me, never, you will not see another prison. Let the world think you are taking, but you will never, So I was able to talk to the deputy controller in Nigeria. And they said that in as much as Bob is look, they really have a problem with Bob. If Bob is not posting anything, Bob is not saying anything, Bob is not doing anything, that they can put me close to the place. So I can always come inside and see people as I see I'm welcoming my family. That nobody needs to know. Do you understand? So, I have.
So basically, Bob was put outside the prison, close to the prison in an apartment. So anytime he has like a visitor, he will quickly come inside the prison and welcome his visitor and his family members. Now, I remember that when we were at the House of Reps for the investigation, one of the prison wardens said, oh, he has the list of the people that came to visit Bob. So basically, anytime that people want to come and visit Bob, they'll quickly tell him to rush and come back to the prison to come and see the people that want to visit him. Let's continue.
So I'm just close. I'm close to the premises, but I'm not in there because they are all scared of why do we want to put you in a male facility where they're scared of harassment and everything. So but nobody knows this information. It's just you.
Okay.
So yeah, that's aside. There. Secondly, My co-father has done a lot. That's why I don't want to call him for any more requests, because putting me out here alone in this apartment, I am well-furnished apartment alone is something. He paid a whole lot. So my lawyer called me and said, so he got me a son. My godfather got me a new son. So now we are trying to get the pardon from the federal.
You heard the godfather gave him a son, got him a son. Now, in the other recording I played, he said he spoke to Files, and Files spoke to his father, according to the other one. And in this other one now, he's saying that his godfather got him a son, meaning the story of the son. I don't know if it's true, but this is the second time he's calling a son in two different conversations with two different people. Now, you heard him. He said a well-furnished apartment that his godfather got for him. Wow, this is crazy. I really want to know this godfather, and I really want to know if this is how it works with the Nigerian prison. So let's ask ourselves the question: how many people really went to prison? All these big men, where they say that did Evans the kidnapper actually go to prison? Now I'm really curious about the rich people that have gone to prison. But anyways, let's continue.
Federal government, that's from presidents. I'm trying to get a pardon. Are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get a pardon from him. That is the only one that can actually take me out here ASAP. Normally, I'm supposed to finish my term by July. But if I'm able to get the amnesty, that's the pardon, I'm going to leave here in first week of next month.
Right.
But the money he was asking for, it's a big sum, not just me, we'll call it big money. So we should pay 10 million. And that's the thing I can even transfer.
Again, in the other recording, where he said he spoke to Files, and Files said he was going to talk to his father, he said they paid 10 million. Now, again, he's saying that the son collected upfront of 5 million, and the total money the son requested was 10 million naira. However, in this part, he didn't call Files, and he didn't talk about the father. In this part, he just talked about the son. Do you understand? But in the other recording, it made mention of a name, you know. Okay, well, anyways, let's continue before I make some innuendos.
Yeah. So my godfather gave me 5 million. He has done well.
Say that again, sorry?
Since
Say that again?
Sorry?
Say
My
that.
godfather gave me 5 million.
Okay.
5 million, yes. So he has done, I'll set that one to him these last 2 weeks. So he has submitted the pardon.
All right, so they sent 5 million to the son. The son, since last week, you know, he has submitted for the pardon. The whole money that they agreed was 10 million naira. Now, the first thing he said was, I don't want anybody to know I have a phone. Number two, EFCC froze his accounts. They saw some money, then Bob begged them and paid them some money to drop charges. EFCC carried his cars. He initially said EFCC saw some money and he paid the EFCC. In the same breath, he's saying that it's legit. Okay, now, when he was on this call, someone entered the apartment. That means he has like a housekeeper or a maid. Obviously, he was not in prison. And then he used his mouth to say that he was not in prison because his godfather said never, he's not going to prison. Do you understand? So now, for those of you that want to say, okay, this is AI generated, we need forensics. You understand? We'll take this to any lab so that they can authenticate if the call is true or false. Now, for those of you that are saying I defame Femi Falana or Files or anybody, honestly, I didn't call nobody's name. Do you understand? Yeah, their name appeared. It's easy. They should go and do forensics on all this call. Then if at the end of the day, the call is true and Bob actually told people about their involvement and maybe later they are not involved in it, do you understand? Then they can ask Bobrisky that, why are you using our name? Why are you spreading lies about us? Do you understand? Because whether or not Very Dark Man is the one that posted it, this kind of news is not good if it is false, if it is not true. You don't stay in Uncle Femi with us now. You don't stay in Files the bad guy with us now. Because now so all this underground story, one day you will just hear and prove, no be Femi Falana wey collect money from Bobrisky, no be Falz. You know, they need to clear their name of this thing. Or instead of saying you go file a charge against Very Dark Man for an innuendo, you need to actually clear your name properly from this mess. This is a mess. This is a very big mess. It is. You understand? So instead of now to come the threatening VDM, wanna go do the right thing. You people should ask for this audio to do a forensics on the call. It's not a recording, it's a call recording. It's not a sound recording or audio, maybe the recorder. No. We should go and do the proper investigation and let Very Dark Man rest. Thank you very much. Corruption have no place in Nigeria. We should join hands together to kick corruption out. Do you understand? We should join hands together to kick corruption out of Nigeria and out of the system. Peace and love. Don't play. Like I said, I fear nobody. My only intention was to expose corruption, and that's just about it.
Mawaya. Nigeria will never cease to amaze somebody. I had this question yesterday. I asked the question. I'm like, why are they focusing on Very Dark Man rather than focusing on the corruption that was exposed? Why is he the one that they're calling his name? But the person who actually did the recording, they are not mentioning his name. Why? That's the question I've been asking. Nobody has been able to answer that one. This man came out, played a video, he played an audio. In that audio, names were mentioned. Right? I would go against the person who played that video. If, for instance, it's a lie, maybe it was made up, I will go after the person who made the video. Nigeria is so upside down. This is the only thing. They're trying to distract from the main issues. I think there's a video by the San himself where he came out. It's a long video. I can't bring it here to play. Maybe another time, or maybe you guys have even seen it. He was talking about he's going to deal with whatever, and that he's been receiving threats. His daughter got unaliving threats and all of that. You know, it's sad that they're having to threaten. I don't know who will be doing that, but you know, the truth still remains that I think this whole issue is just being blown out of proportion. The main corruption concern that was brought up, nobody's talking about it. Everybody is busy talking and going about the innuendo that he made. He didn't accuse. I mean, if you go back and, because I had to go back and watch that video that he released initially, he did not accuse anybody. All he said was, Abi, first, they, you know, I don't want to use the word because of YouTube. Abi, they do that was not. He didn't categorically say, "Oh, this guy is actually." I don't know, man. There's just too much BS. It's unfortunate because if I were Femi Falana, I wouldn't even be bothered by this. So, to be honest with you, to be quite honest, this issue is just. I will just remove myself completely, and I will leave it for my son. This guy is Falz go senior, Very Dark Man, or maybe they'll be the same age. He goes, and you know the funny thing, Falz for even turn this whole thing to content. If I die that very day, the thing for finish. You go just call, now go do video camera. You go call video and they talk. You say, I hear what you talk. What you mean by? You will address it on air. Everybody will rest. That matter would have just bam for just that day, night, that matter. So that everybody will focus on. No, but instead, you are angry over the person that released the video, but not the person that mentioned the name of me. I don't know. If he welcome, I don't say you know say you. It be like teacher when they take nonsense, when they come with the cane.
Honestly, my sister, I agree with you. Why are we even talking about VDM? Nobody's even mentioning Bobrisky.
Exactly.
That would be a very big shame if the Falana's family will ever take this thing to court and say that they are suing for what? What are they going to sue him for? Defamation. Defamation of what?
Thank you.
Huh? Just because he said, Faz, you did do too. Is that the reason for defamation? I'm very interested in what's going to, let them even go to court. Let me see how this thing is going to play out. I'm disappointed in this man to even be responding. Is that the problem we have in Nigeria? He exposed corruption. If I were you, I would we have bigger fish to fry than, granting a national interview. I will do this. I will do that.
Hey, I would just say, if it was me, when they ask me that, I'll say, do you think, as the reporter, the journalist that is asking me, I say, so in all of everything that's happening in Nigeria, the poverty, the hike in gas prices, the rate, the kidnapping, the insecurity, I can go on and on. You think that this will be a concern for me? Do you really think that? I go make the journalist say, this matter now for that studio if your end. I will just tell my boss is
the question. Did the conversation happen? That is the question, yes or no. So why all these things? Nobody, why are you guys blaming this guy? But you know what? VDM, now him feed this country called Nigeria.
I'm telling you,
feed
I
them
said
well. No send anybody, mama, anybody, papa. Bring it on. That's where he is. You don't tell the highest I go to this thing for 6 months, I go come out. And guess what? You're going to make him more popular.
He's becoming more popular, which he be making.
Huh? You're going to make him more popular.
I had to go and follow the guy on YouTube. Follow him everywhere. I wasn't following him before. But I've been monitoring what he's been doing, and I've been seeing that this guy has been doing. Let me even post.
He has good intention.
Good intentions. Let me even play the video of his response, right, to this whole lawsuit. It was so. I was like, wow, this guy knows exactly what he will do.
He's very smart.
I've received a lot of calls this morning. Very dark man. Did you see what Uncle Femi Falana said on channels? He's going to make an example, said a lot of things. To be honest, I refuse to make this about very dark man and the Falanas. You understand? It is about exposing corruption that has eaten the system so deep. First things first, somebody committed an offense. The person was taken to court. The court passed a judgment. One godfather called that the person should not go to where the courts passed the judgment, that the person should go to a private lodge. Now, I exposed that. They called us for an investigation. They called EFCC, prison, very dark man, and Bobrisky. These three people came. One of them did not come, and it is not a problem. Meaning, if I say the Godfather, they very, very strong. Now, I expect a lot of you to be very disturbed. You people need to be disturbed, but you don't understand. It's not, leave Bobrisky. This is not Bobrisky. You should be bothered about a godfather that will be in Nigeria, that if somebody commit a crime, just imagine say person now buy your papa. Somebody come in the house, come rob, he come buy people. Una come eventually police come catch him, they come hand over him to prison. One godfather come call, they come command the person. How does that help us as a country when the thieves that are committing crimes, there's no guarantee that they are being locked up? When the people committing crime, that there's no guarantee that they are locked up. They are kept away from the people that are living a very good life. You should be bothered. It's not about the Falanas and very dark man. It's about the crime. Now, after that thing was released, everybody was in doubt. Now, true or not lie. But when we can't reach House of Red, now, after that thing was released, everybody was in doubt. Now, true or not lie. But when we can't reach House of Red, it can't they become truths. The truth can't they glaring for the eyes. When they put those prison people for inside that docket. I've been a dog. When they asked them, was Bobrisky in prison? From all their response, obviously the guy was not in prison. If you remember, these prison people talk, say they do test. I mean, they go carry Bobrisky, go do one test. They say Bobrisky na complete man. So Bobrisky, they serve in time for man prison. Now when the thing cast, they say Bobrisky, they no put him for man prison. Say because they fear, say men go do this, men go do that. Say they can't keep him for special place. Meanwhile, the Bobrisky, they talk saying they with men for men prison and they enjoyed it. Now, prison oga, they tell us, Bobrisky na tranny. Bobrisky na tranny. Now, why they no put and say, get women feature, in get Bobby and in get Tutu. So, I think get Bobby and Tutu. Why you no put on with women where get Bobby and Tutu? Say you go create special place for them. And we took him from minimum and maximum prison with their private car. Now, they transport prisoner with private motor. And you people should be disturbed in Nigeria. It don't be like truth. See that recording now don't obviously be like truth. It is not about Falana and bury that man. EFCC on the other hand, just come there, come they blow English that day. I just they look them. They talk. I don't even bother myself. I just look them. I say, go and investigate the accounts. Bring the account details of that in brother. Let's see the whole accounts. Talk finish. Then don't get talk again. Investigate the accounts. Let's know all the money that left the account and all the money that came into the account in the period when Bob was with you. So that we'll find the corruption that is inside the SCC. All the English other. May I also serve Bobrisky this same letter. Because I am not the origin of the tape. But I know they serve me, Mona leave another person where originate am. Mona serve the two of us in the verse. Do you understand? Uncle Femi is somebody that I respect, and I say if I see him today, say I go still lie down for ground. Even if eventually he won't see carry me go the courts. Maybe more just say push come to shove. I can't go spend 2-3 months. I come back. Just imagine, which is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Like corruption I expose. Even if I see him, I would lie down on the floor for him. He's a baba. He's a grandfather. Anyways, I'll be waiting for the letter when they serve me. That one is not a problem. My own be say the corruption must be exposed. The corruption must be exposed. The corruption must be exposed. Now, are they convinced? If like say Evans the kidnapper self no even go prison, all those why? If like say all those big name when they call self, if like say they go to give them private lodge outside the prison. Because if Bobrisky will know what billions of naira, they go give them private lodge with one godfather somewhere where call them. Imagine the ones where what billions of naira where they get bigger godfather. We are in a mess in Nigeria. We are in a big mess. People are making it about very dark man and he defame and he did not defame. People should face that defame and did not defame. I am keen on knowing what happened in that prison. Thank you. And don't play. Else you don't learn. I will.
You hear him? You hear what he talk? You see how he still respond?
See, my sister, the bottom line is this. The Falanas are confused at this time, trust me, because they'll be battling among themselves whether to move forward or not. Remember that his daughter came out and called this man. What did she even call him?
One very derogatory name like that.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
So that one is not defamation.
Yeah.
That one is not defamation. I bet there are so many things we have to worry. The truth of the matter, did this happen or did it not happen? That is the question we should be talking about, and not talking about suing VDM. Suing him for what? He went to prison. He has done, been to prison so many times, maybe 2 or 3 times. Likewise, Shehu Kuti, he has been to Kirikiri prison. So why would Bob be different? Even here in America, they have places for transgenders and all that stuff. So I don't understand. And you know the problem, my sister. When I look at Nigerians, you know what I tell myself? You people are not ready. You people are not serious. You guys deserve the leaders you have today in power, including your president that went to London for his vacation. So you people should suffer. I'm sorry. They deserve the government they have today.
No, you're right.
In a country where one man
agree.
We terrorize a state and nobody's saying anything. And people are calling Fubara. He's ungrateful. Somebody put you there. Your money, my money. And you're telling the man he's ungrateful. Omoye, me, pity Nigerians. I know they pity them all. They deserve what is happening to them. If Tinubu he can put the price of fuel to 5,000 naira. I support him. I support him fully. I support him.
Yeah,
why are you bullying very that man?
I don't go join the APC now. Maybe we just bad together.
So
I'm just messing around though. I don't get the mind because that will mean donating your sense, and I can't. And my sense cannot leave me. But I absolutely agree with you. I absolutely, Nigerians deserve what they are getting. Look at what Wike has turned River State to. Say it turned out to war front.
That's what I'm saying. And people are supporting him. The state where you are part of because of one person's selfish interest. My sister, I don't know what to tell them. They deserve the leadership they have. I don't feel sorry for them. I don't. I don't. Just tell me where you're going to start. You're burning down secretariat. They will still use the money and repair it, fix it, rebuild it.
Yes.
And you will still be there suffering.
How can one man have so much power? You are using the power, every single power you have to clamp down. The IGP of police withdrew all his, when he saw that everywhere don't bust, nowhere for them to cheat. He now said he wants to withdraw his office. I mean, it's crazy. Is this what I say? Well, until Nigerians ready, now sit down, look, because the way it is going, I'm very, very happy that Fubara stood for himself, even though I don't trust the Fubara, because the truth is my own opinion solely. I no go surprise if Fubara and Wike then sort this thing out on the corner, talk say make we protect our own state. You never know. These politicians, you can't trust them. I cannot trust Nigerian politicians all over the world. But you see these ones for Nigeria, lie. It could just be movie they are playing. Look at how they are destroying their properties. New office, new local government council office when they build. Now so the man put fire everywhere. You are causing mayhem for the people. I don't get it. People cannot live in peace. You say nobody is supporting Wike. He has lost completely. They have taken charge of everything. Wike power is from Tinubu, or he has failed River. Okay, we'll be here to continue to observe now. Right? Welcome, Sid. Yeah, thank you. Maybe you should come and tell us some more about this River State election thing. Because I'm not very familiar. Sid, I beg, if you get time, I beg, even if they're for a few minutes, come and educate us a little bit more. Because all I'm seeing is that Wike is trying to take advantage. He's trying to press. I mean, since Fubara was sworn in, that man has not had peace of mind. It is
just because of one person's selfish interest, my sister. One person. Do you know, Omoye, my sister? I hate to compare, but the former governor of Georgia here, was governor for 8 years, right?
Right.
He came out again to contest. He didn't even win the primary, even though he was so good.
Yeah.
They told him no. The former mayor of Atlanta here, the biggest city, right? Mayor Kasim Reed. He did so well, even though prior before he left, he was, in this legal mess and all this.
Right.
He came out, could contest again. They were like, nah, you're not even going to win the primary. What am I trying to say? One person, and people are supporting him, singing hallelujah. Grown-up men, that's fathers, that's supposed to go and find a job. You are saying yes, sir, to a man because of power. We have a long way to go, my sister.
It's crazy. I'm looking. From everything that has happened in Rivers State, I kept wondering to myself, since Fubara came into office, became governor, that man has not had one single day of peace. Wike has been disturbing him left, right, and center, to the point where people were now saying, does this man even have the time to even deal with the state affairs? It is from one Wike issue to another Wike issue. Weekend, you go just come with entourage, you go just show up for Rivers State. You are not giving this man peace of mind. Let him run the affairs peacefully. No. You can even, when his sim will come out, you can even see the frustration on his face. I say, what kind of madness is this? I won't say that I'm happy that Fubara stood his ground, but because I don't have trust for Nigerian politicians, in my own little opinion, I feel like you'll be shocked that maybe it was already plotted out between him and Wike. But I could still be wrong. I don't know. But this is just the level of distrust I have for Nigerian politicians. You can never take anything past them. Look at what he's turning his state into just because of an election.
Power hungry. He doesn't want to let go.
You want to control all the local government. You want to control. Who does that? I never see this kind of mayhem that happens in Nigeria. Every election cycle is like war. I'm not even surprised anymore that people just, if they decide to bribe them with money, they take it, and just because they know their vote will not count. Who won't go by? Sid, welcome. Thank you for coming up. I beg, educate us on this Rivers, because me, I don't know. I really don't trust anyone, but I'm very proud of what Sid did. Even if I create the political party APP, I'm here for it. I don't care. Because Nigerians, they need tough hands. Go ahead, Sid. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome, EP. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Like Rivers State is a very complex state. Because Rivers State is like Nigeria. It has, many different groups. But Rivers State is a state that you cannot have a godfather. You can't. You have different warring sessions. All right. You can't have somebody that will dominate the political space in Rivers State. Just sorry, I was in a meeting. You can't get any warlord, one person that would control the whole of Rivers State and say, oh, you must do this, you must do this. No, you have to get a consensus. And one mistake that this man made is to think that this guy is quiet and he can rubbish him. But unfortunately, he has played all his cards. What I'm saying? Wike has played all his cards. Number one, he first threatened this guy, took him to Tinubu, forced him to sign up something. The guy kept quiet because he was going to Supreme Court. After Supreme Court, the guy know, okay, now I'm governor. But the way Wike was pushing him, look, I understand how deals go. If you are a previous governor and you still want some things, you have taken all the commissioners. You took all the positions for commissioner. chief of staff, you have it. The House of Assembly, Wike has it. They were all PDP men that Wike has put. The whole acting chairman of the local government, Wike had it. All the contracts, Wike told him, this is the road you will build. This is what you will do. Wike is telling him everything. I mean, is the person his child? Somebody will finally ask himself, I'm not a child. Somebody, guy kept quiet. But Wike is pushing him too much. So now the guy say, you know what? I'm not going to do that thing you people want. To hell with whatever he wants. And why? Because now he has the backing of most of the elders in River State. From the orderlies, the Amesimakas, the Query guys, the Riverine guys. Remember that from 1999, or previously to 1999, when we were dealing with NRC and SDP in River State, we had NRC, we had SDP in River State. The first governor then was Rufus Ada George. His deputy governor was Peter Odili. In 1999, Rufus Ada George did not come. It was Peter Odili that came. Peter Odili came, ruled for 9 years. When he ruled, Peter Odili is from Upland. So River State is divided into two, Upland and Riverine. The Upland people are the Ikwere people, people from Eche, people from Eleme, people from Ahoda, all those places. The Riverine zone are the Okrikas, the Ogonis, the Calabaris, those in the creeks. Now, remember that Rufus Ada George was the last Riverine governor. And so it's supposed to be an 8-year rotation. So the first rotation of Odili didn't wanted to now hand it over to another Upland man, Amechi. Amechi now rules 8 years. The natural progression, Amechi wanted a Riverine man. So Amechi was supporting Peter Side, a guy called Peter Side, and some of the Riverine.
Is it the same Peter Side, the banker? Peter Side at Tedo.
No, not Atedo Peter Side, not Atedo. But another Peter, but it's a common name in River State. So he was supporting those guys because the guy is from Okrika, which is Riverine. But Wike maneuvered his way with the help of Patience Jonathan, who was president, you get me? And it was that time that Amechi was having problem with Jonathan and was now supported APC. So
oh wow! So Wike came in through the Jonathans.
Yeah, so Wike combined with Jonathan. So Patient Jonathan now brought Wike to Odili and say, look, let us support this person because this person is supporting my husband and we want to retain River State because my husband is going to election. So therefore, River State is a PDP state. We don't want it to go to APC. So based on that, they continued Upland and Wike became governor.
Okay.
And at least you saw that period Wike was fighting against Buhari full on because Rivers people were not happy with how Amechi sold out a Riverine man, which is because Bayelsa is like River State. Bayelsa was cut out from River State, so you will consider Jonathan almost like a Rivers man,
right.
And his wife is from River State. His wife is Okreka.
Okay.
So understand the genesis. Now, Wike became governor, did all the thing he wanted to do. All right, neutralize every other person, take complete control of the whole parastatal. That's okay. But when you finish your governor in River State, you have to move. You can't control. Even Odili cannot control. Amechi cannot control. You just have your small pockets. You can't. There's no godfatherism. It has never happened in River State. It cannot happen. Why? River State has many groups. Many groups. You have the Ateketons in Okrika, who was a warlord. You have Asari Dokubo. You have different groups. You get me? So it's not a group, it's not a state that you just monopolize. The only thing is that when those groups come together, what governors do is that they use those guys, give them way. They give them way, and those guys will mobilize muscle, and they win election. And PDP,
Oh, so they use them to win election.
yeah, and everybody's peaceful. Asari, do your thing. Ateke, do your thing. Everybody, Ikwere boys, do your thing. Nobody worries anymore. And the person, it's a simple way of managing the state. So now, for after 16 years, no, more than 16 years now, they have now got a riverine governor. So Fubara is an German. He's an German. I think from Opobo.
I thought Fubara is a Wike's cousin. Isn't that what they said?
No. Fubara is from the riverine. It's a riverine boy.
Okay.
You get me? Because the riverine people are saying, you guys have taken over since 1999. It has been upland. And this time, so we came now, there were riverine people that wanted to contest. People like Lee Maiba, Senator Lee Maiba is from Ogoni. Ogoni is the place of Kensaro River.
Right.
A very prominent guy.
Yeah.
He refused all those people. He refused all those people. And then went and picked Fubara that nobody knew.
Oh.
See, no, Fubara is like a civil servant.
Right.
Simple man that's been there. He's the person that cooks the books. All right.
Okay.
Throughout the election.
An accountant.
Yes. Throughout the election, I was telling people then, I said, my challenge is, because I grew up in River State, my challenge is this man that he has picked to be governor. Nobody knows Simalaye Fubara. But I think he has picked him because the man will cover his tracks. Remember that towards the end of Wike's tenure, EFCC started looking for Fubara.
Yeah, I remember. I think I remember that one. Yeah.
So Wike somehow shielded him because he's the person that is the bookman. He cooks the book. He knows the in and out.
He knows a lot. If they had gotten to him, they would have gotten to Wike.
Yes, exactly. So Wike knows that the only person that I can put here is Fubara. So Wike forces Fubara on everybody. Throughout the election, Fubara was not talking. If you look at the campaign, it's only you think that Wike is running tenor. And I tell people, I said, this man that is not talking, is more dangerous to Wike, but he doesn't know. The day the man, people that are not talking, when the thing gets to their neck, the day they will talk, everyone will say, we don't know. So this thing has continued. Now the guy comes in, not less than 3 months of swearing in. Kasala boss, because I need to boss. Wike is different from Odili. Odili is a more polished human being, unfortunately. Wike has been a tout from Obiabo. Just that he now encounters more money to polish himself. No, it's the truth now. There's no.
The way you said it.
It's true.
The way you said he has not encountered small money.
It encounters small money. You know, when you get small money.
Yeah, carpet decker, suddenly, since small money enter in hand, start to misbehave. Yeah.
Go and look at Wike's pictures when
I've seen them.
When he was
like farm village boy, forest human.
He's an area boy. It's an area. All right. You know. So he because I schooled around that Obiabo. My secondary school was around there because that's where federal government college is, FGC. So federal government college is there. So federal government college Port Harcourt is at Rumokoro, and Rumokoro is in the heart of Obiabo.
Oh, okay.
So he's a tout, but no problem. There are a lot of touts that our president said to the tout, so there's no problem. The touts rule Nigeria, unfortunately. So he has polished himself. He now feels that he can control Nigeria. But he obeyed the dichotomy of riverine upland. Now allow the guy rule. Every weekend you are in River State. Before the guy will sign a contract, you approve it. You approve everything. There's some abandoned projects during Amechi's time. This boy now said, look, I want to repair everything for River State. I don't care who started the project or whose project it is.
Exactly.
He refused. He's angry. Well, why is he doing this? So we can now play the first game. Okay, since you are not hearing me, I'm going to remove you. What does he do? He instigates the House of Assembly, which is under Wike's control, to release impeachment and proceedings on him. How can you impeach the governor in 3 months? The guy now says, what have I done? What have I done that you do this to me? Number one. Number two, the commissioners, remember that I told you 90% of the commissioners were Wike. Wike only told him to name 2-3 commissioners. The rest of the commissioners, Wike gave him. These commissioners don't listen to him as governor. Both from the attorney of the attorney general of the state down, they don't listen to Simlaye. So what did Simlaye do? Simlaye had to act fast. Simlaye had to act fast. And what now annoyed, so Simlaye now knew that I don't have any political structure, number one. This man is man that puts me there as a puppet. I don't have anything, but I have something. And the thing I have is that I'm a riverine man. I'm an Ijaw man. So what does he do? He calls his Ijaw brothers, the Asaris. All right? Asari, Dokubo, all those riverine people. So he gets a groundswell of sympathy from the riverine people. And they say you can't do it here. The Ijaw National Congress, the Ijaw Youth Council, all the, those riverine warlords, they say no. For almost how many years? The first riverine governor since 1999. And the boy is simple, because he's a simple,
very simple guy.
So he gained sympathy from riverine people. Then he started gaining sympathy even for upland people. Say, leave him now. What did he do? What did he do? So that sympathy, he galvanized it. Then he and the elders now went to Tinubu. Now, this is where Tinubu made mistake, because Tinubu is selfish. Tinubu is only thinking of the person that will give him votes in 2027. And he feels that the person that has the structure is Wike. Tinubu comes out and gives them a directive, which is unconstitutional. Do this, return these people. Remember that period, 27 lawmakers decamped. They decamped from national to APC. So basically saying immediately they decamp, unfortunately, it's already wrong. They are supposed to now resign from their seats and fresh new elections happen. That one is
that's when he now stopped them from coming back, right? And
yes, now they can't come back.
Remember that.
So now the House of Assembly is only like 3 people.
Wow.
All right. So then the next move that Sin did was he sacked all the commissioners and put his own commissioners from the Attorney General down. So that means Wike men are out.
Yes.
So Wike was like, okay, because when you sack your commissioners, your money has stopped. Because what happens that when you put a commissioner as a governor or a godfather, those commissioners, you take a percentage of their salary. That's the truth. It's normal. That's godfatherism.
Are you serious? So they will give you percentage. Those commissioners will give a percentage of their salary to Wike.
Of course, now wow. They will give a percentage. That one is normal. Any person that is doing godfatherism is normal. If not, Wike will remove it because Wike has what they call federal might. He's in the ears of Tinubu. So Tinubu gives Wike what he wants. But unfortunately, Simlaye Fubare did not react. He allowed some things that the president wanted, but he saw that Wike was not even playing ball, allowing peace. So Fubara said, to hell with whatever they say. And then the Rivers elders, Odili and the rest, they told Simlaye, You have constitutional power. That thing the president is doing has no constitutional power.
Exactly.
He can't even fight it in court. He has no constitutional power to tell you to do this, to do this. It's wrong. The people have already gone over from PDP to APC, so they have lost their seat automatically by the constitution. So there's no constitutional power. Do what you need to do. You're the governor, and we're behind you. As soon as he got that backing of elders, of warlords, of the people, he knew he has it. So the second thing is the structure. That structure is what Wike has. The structure from the local government. It's them that do all the result things. So Wike has the structure. That structure is in PDP. That's why PDP could not suspend Wike. You notice that PDP cannot suspend Wike because Wike has the structure of the party, and the party doesn't want to lose Rivers State. They know that the governor doesn't have a structure. So what did they do? This governor said, okay, I will wait till the tenure of caretaker local government is over. As soon as he waited, caretaker local government is over, he wanted to put his own caretaker committee. Wike brought in federal police. The police locked up all the local government. Can you imagine? The police locked out all the local government in Rivers State. Locked out all the local government in Rivers State. So the guy could not apply his caretaker. He said, okay, no worries. Then you know that there's this new court ruling that gave all the states till October 31st. By October 31st, they should all do their local government election across Nigeria.
Right.
Now, Wike now wants to say, okay, I will use this and bring my men in, all right? Through his PDP structure. So Simlaye played a fast one. Simlaye goes to get a special purpose vehicle party called APP, Action People's Party, just a random party. Now, 2 months ago, prior to the election, 2 months ago, there was a sudden bomb attack on APP secretariat. People say, what is APP? Why are they attacking APP? Because Wike got wind that Fubara is going to use another party to put his men to run. Now, what has happened is this. PDP did not contest the election because PDP is under Wike's control. So the PDP people could not contest. So what happened is that Fubara's men that are PDP men moved to APP and contested under that local government thing. And they took over the election. So now you call it APP PDP underneath, really. All right. So these now are Fubara's men, because when he has control of the local government with his men, that means Wike has lost the battle. So Wike basically lost out in the election, which is legitimate. So what Wike wanted to do was withdraw the police from the election so that there will be chaos. So, but when they withdrew the police from the election, the warlords provided security support. So warlords like Asari Dokubo, all the rivers said, no, we will protect our election. We don't need police to protect it. The election went peacefully. What happened is
very peaceful, oh, and the police were,
because
the police were not there. There was no mayhem. Look at how those women going to put. I say this is not how it's supposed to be.
Because Simlaye had the people and the warlords in his camp, and they protect. You know, the people that cause the mayhem are the warlords. The people that cause these politicians use them. So if they decide and say we don't want to be used, we'll keep our man. There's nothing Wike can do. So what Wike now did is, after the election, he sends his hoodlum boys. You see, after the election, what did he say? He now tells the police to withdraw. That's why the IG of police is very useless. He tells the IG to withdraw his men from all the local government so that the place is empty. Then overnight, they will attack it. So that's what he did. He only attacked, they were only able to attack 3 local governments. Ikwere local government, that's where Wike is from. And they attacked another local government, 2 other local governments. They burned some things. But by this morning, the people have risen up. You get me? They've attacked all those boys. They chased them out. Ikwere local, they've chased them out. Sinfubara guys have chased them out. The new local government chairmen have taken control. Now, one of the biggest local governments in Nigeria, or the most, I would say, the richest local government in Nigeria, Obiakpo local government. This morning, the new chairman has taken charge of Obiakpo local government, and he said, anybody that has, let them near here. People have food everywhere. Wike boys have run away from Obiakpo. Obiakpo, you know, Wike was Obiakpo local government chairman. Wike was Obiakpo local government chairman. The new guy say he has chased it. He removed it. And Wike, they called the house Wike's something house. He says he's removing that name there. He has renamed it to Obiwale House. The video is on TikTok.
So there was one Wike building I saw that he took down.
Yeah.
Did you see that video?
Which one?
There's a building, they wrote Wike on the building. They took it down, demolished it. Yeah.
They have removed the name of Wike on those buildings. So now it is Obiwale. Obiwale was a very prominent Obiakpo man. He was actually murdered or whatever.
Wow.
Assassinated or something like that.
Yeah.
When I was very young, that time it was a very, very strange thing that happened to Obiwale. He was a very strong man, so I don't know how they assassinated him in his house like that. But they said it was a family arrangement. One of his wives did it. Strange things. Yeah, when I was in secondary school. So that's the history of the state. So Wike has only one option. He will have to go back to federal government because he's using the courts. He's trying to use he gets injunctions every day because he controls the courts, the federal courts. So he will have to go to federal court, but there's nothing a federal court can do. A federal court cannot, by constitution, stop an election. They cannot. They can't stop any election.
His wife is now in the federal courts now, right? Wike's wife. Was she not appointed recently?
Yeah, she's a judge. He controls the courts now. He pays the lawyer, he pays the judges in Rivers State, he pays the judges in the federal. That's why he can get any judgment overnight. But unfortunately, they have destroyed the court system. You know, they've destroyed it completely. Nigerian court system is completely, you can pay for it, it's for the highest bidder. So, but he doesn't have some constitutional rights. There are some things they can cross, you know. But Tinubu is playing the ostrich game, which is Tinubu is waiting for the person that will win, then he will back him.
Exactly.
Tinubu
will still be homeless, so maybe.
Tinubu doesn't have, it's about interest.
Yes.
So Tinubu will look at the situation and say, okay, at the end of the day, who has the structure in Rivers State and who can give me votes? If Simlaya says, oh, Oga, don't worry, I will not worry you, 2027, I will organize for you. And Tinubu is happy, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about it. It's about who is controlling the state and can the state give him votes. This guy cannot go to APC because if he goes to APC in Rivers State is controlled by Amechi. And Amechi is not in the good books of Tinubu. So that's why APC, if you notice, it's very hard for him to switch to APC because it's hard. Why he was in PDP causing confusion was because he has the structure. Now that structure is in the local government. And if they have taken it from your feet, then you don't have anything to say. This morning, do you know what the Obiakpo chairman said? That if they do anything to burn Obiakpo, council, he's going to burn the person's house. River State is different gravy. River State is a complete different kind of state. Their head they hot.
I'm telling you, that they talk
River
do
State.
people keep quiet enter inside house.
You don't see what Asari do. Asari said he will shoot down anything. He will shoot down helicopter.
Yeah.
You know they care. So they are telling you as it is. If you do anyhow, you see anyhow. That's River State style. All right. So you cannot. The only way to operate, a governor operates in River State is you call the warlords. You say, you know what thing? I want to help our people. Oh, I want to do this one. Oh, I want to do this one. I know go disturb on a oil bunkering. Everybody say, okay, that's fine. That's fine. The state will be very peaceful. So far as Sim Fubara has talked with these warlords and the elders, the orderlies, the senator Mbata, Lee Meba is a senator in Ogoni, the Ogonis. He has talked to all these oil communities and say, okay, this man is simple. Oh, he doesn't want any problem. Make we support him. Once they do that, forget what Wike say. Even in Wike's own hometown, they are not supporting him because he fought all the Ikwere brothers. He fought Amechi. He fought Omeha. Do you remember that Omeha was a governor for few months? Omeha was the governor.
Know about Omeha in River State.
Yeah. So when Odili handed over, he didn't hand over to Amechi directly because Amechi was not given the presidential flag by Obasanjo. That was one of the wrong things Obasanjo did. Obasanjo came to River State instead of giving Amechi confirming Amechi as the flag bearer of PDP in River State because Amechi was the Speaker of the House of River State and he was very cordial with Odili and Odili wanted him to take over the state. But this guy did not like him. Obasanjo did not like Amechi at all. So Obasanjo says that River State governorship election has K-leg. That's the language you say. That's K-leg. The K-leg is Amechi. So Amechi was refused. Then they got Omeha. Omeha was from the same family of Amechi, from the same family group, from his place. So they brought Omeha, and Omeha became governor of River State for, I think, 1 year. Then Amechi went to court. That's when court was working. Amechi went to court and won in the courts. The court said that the PDP, that's when the court brought that ruling that it is the party that wins. So if a party wins and somebody goes and said the person that is governorship candidate for that party was not duly elected, it was me that was duly elected, which was true. Omeha was not duly elected in the primaries of PDP in the governorship. It was Amechi that was elected. But they now changed his name. You know how these politicians do. Like Akpabio, just change his name and put somebody's name. All right. So the court now responded and said, Amechi is now the new governor. So Amechi did not even go through elections. It's PDP that went through elections, and that changed our laws. So
whoa, PDP went through the elections. Amechi did not.
Yeah, Amechi did not go for his first election. He didn't run for it. It was Omeha.
So they just imposed him on the state.
Yeah. Not that they imposed him. They said that because PDP won the election, but the person that PDP put is not the person that won the primaries. So they must give it back to the person that won the primaries because the vehicle that won the election is PDP. So they now bring back the person that won the primaries. That's Amechi back to see. So Omeha ruled. Omeha, a very quiet guy too. He ruled for maybe 1 year and left. So do you know what Wike did? Wike removed him as a past governor.
Wow.
Wike removed Omeha, took out his picture. You know when they put pictures of past governors? Yeah, took out the picture of Omeha because Omeha did not support his way of doing things. He took out Omeha's picture, stopped all the all the pension that goes to
Hey,
governors.
talk about
is something.
malicious man.
I
Wike
know.
wicked though.
Wike is very power drunk and it's like he has a narcissistic behavior.
He is a narcissist.
So he just did that thing, you know. So all those guys are upland guys, they're Ikwere guys. So imagine all those Ikwere guys. He dealt with Celestine Omeya. He started fighting the orderlies. That helped him. He started fighting. Of course, he fought Amechi. Then he has issue with the past PDP chairman. What's his name? I forgot his name. So all those guys are equal.
That PDP chairman, that I think he's from the north, right? From the middle belt.
No. The one before the middle belt. The one before the middle belt was from Rivers State. It was from Rivers State. They removed him. Him. It's him that removed him. He brought him and he removed him from Rivers State and from Ikwe. So, you know, he's fighting all those people in Ikere land. So they have been waiting. They have all been waiting for him. So what helped him was that he had the buy-in of everybody, the local people, the normal people, the warlords, and the chiefs, and all that. They said, look, we want him to work. You can't bring somebody 3 months and then you want to fight him out. And this is the same situation that happened in Anambra. Same situation with Ngige and the other brothers, the 2 other brothers that want Ngige to be giving them money. The same thing. He wants him to be giving the Rivers money to him. He wants to be siphoning everything. He wants to be the Jagaban of River State. How?
I know.
You know, River State is different mindset from Lagos. And it's because the Lagosians allow that. The Lagosians allow that for long. Now they cannot get out of the grip of one man. They can't get out from the grip of one man. You know?
Yeah,
and that one,
I don't know how he was able to capture. And Lagosians, they brag, they boast, they are educated.
You don't know how he wants to capture it. Is he not capturing Nigeria now?
My brother.
Small and slowly. People don't know that he's capturing Nigeria.
I'm telling you, people are still sleeping. They don't know the danger.
You don't know the latest. You don't know the latest. The latest now, he has put, it's like people should leave VDM. VDM is not, it's a distraction.
Ataja.
Listen. As of 2 days ago, he has sent, because that man is a strategist. And he follows a route that people don't really follow. When he wanted to change national anthem, he did it. No reaction. He did it. Anything he wants to change, he moves quickly to the House of Assembly and gets it done. And Nigerians will be sleeping. By the time we wake up, new laws have come. He has currently put 4 new propositions to the House of Assembly. What is that proposition? The proposition, he wants to have a single tax collection portal.
What?
Now, it means that, you know, like MPA, Ports Authority, they collect tax, different groups. He wants to centralize it. He wants a central machinery for that. Now, that is basically what he did in Lagos. Alpha Beta.
Hey, God.
So now he's doing it on the big scale.
Hey.
That's number 1. Number 2, he wants to make sure that all the states, he has access to all the states in terms of political structure. That's what he has done in Edo. He has forced it. He has taken it. He has usurped the Edo people's will, took it out by force, and instilled who he was. Same thing he wants to do in River State, because River State is a very big state for him. So if he can get about 25 states, he's literally in control. So it will be difficult. He already has the legal system in his pocket. He has the political electioneering system in his pocket. He has the House of Assembly and the House of Rep in his pocket. So he can put whatever he wants. He can put any laws he wants, and he will pull it through. except the Nigerians begin to resist and say, no, 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 no. I mean, the idea of creating a single taxation portal is a great idea. But the person bringing that idea, you look at his track record. Basically, if a company is creating that and all the taxes in Nigeria from all the federal parastatals, they're coming to that one pot, and he's even getting 0.01% of consulting fees. Just think of the money. Think of it. You think he will not recoup his money?
He don't already recoup. Other borrow when they just borrowed fresh 500 million from
Yes.
IMF.
Yeah. He keep borrowing it. Do you know the need? Oh, there are many things to think about. When I think of it, I just say, So I'm happy that Simlaye was able to fight back this Wike problem. And Wike now has only one option: to lie low, calm down, do what he needs to do in Abuja, get himself, because if it's about trying to monopolize River State, no. Wike has lost out completely.
I'm glad that she was able to do that though. I'm so happy. I think the reason why that didn't work for Edo State is because the people were the governor did not have the people's support at all.
Yeah. That's what I said.
That's what finished Edo.
Yes, if because if this guy Obaseki, if he had the support of the people, the chiefs, and all the groups, if he had that support like he had last time, last time when he fought Oshomole, the people were with him.
Yeah.
The people were with him. The people defended their votes. They say no, this they don't know be Lagos, and they won it. So if he had maintained that, the problem he lost that trajectory with the people. He lost that bind with the Edo people. If he had maintained that bind with the Edo people, Asue would be governor.
Yeah.
Because the Edo people will fight on the streets and they will stop INEC from what he's doing. Do you know that Simlaye went to INEC office? Simlaye went to INEC with his boys. They went to INEC office overnight because the police sent police people to take away INEC papers. Sim stopped it now. Sim stopped it in the night there. And he gave a warning. So Sim did not follow it the way just calm down. No, he was not doing those business.
You didn't see how they expected
the
state governor out of that collation center. Nobody was there to defend.
How can you remove governor from collation center?
That's making
people are watching. Remove governor from collation center. Edo people are there watching. For what? You can't do it here. You must have the buy-in of everybody. Because if Sim did not have the buy, for Sim to have mind, you have to look at who is behind him.
Exactly.
Is the Asari Dokubos, all those people, the Ijaw National Congress, they are behind him. Say anything we base we go do them here. If anybody do anyhow, they will see anyhow. So even police knows it. I beg, no one problem. No.
You know, see as they talk to them, he said, I've respected you enough. The election will hold and nothing will happen. Let me see. God, if I tell you that will see the ring for my ear, I say, wow.
For you to do that, it means you have your security intact. There's nothing that's happening. And in every local government, so his men have occupied space. And on Sunday, he swore them in immediately. He doesn't want to wait till Monday. There will be an injunction to say don't swear them in. No. As soon as it happened on Saturday, Sunday, they are sworn them in straight up. Who they swear in on Sunday? They normally swear in on weekday.
Exactly.
So Simlaye is saying, I'm a student of politics, even if I don't talk much. So basically, he has the people. So the next move for Simlaye is to make sure that the state is protected, then he gives the people governance. That's what I always say. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, give the people
If he does
governance.
the people well, he will always have the people support.
If you
That's
do
what
the
Obaseki
people
is
well,
running wrong. Yeah.
yeah, if you do the people well, the people are happy, the chiefs are happy, everybody is seeing some progress in their communities.
Exactly.
By
They
all
will
means,
support you.
when you come to election, the people will support you. And I always say, at the end of the day, you will not take 100%. We get wants 100%. You can't take 100%. Sometimes you give some people 5. You give this person 5. You give person 5. There's no way you will not still have an Asari Dokubo creating a nuisance in their society. But you have to put him in your good books because he has muscle.
Yeah.
He has muscle.
Wait, I have a question for you. That water when they give you boys, which kind of water be that?
Why they ask me now? Why they ask me?
You're from the area now.
Now pure water now.
And they say, God, it will be this
Of
when
course,
they do, and then they need down, they collect the water.
That's their ritual. That's their
Wow.
they have to they do those things, but the problem is that they normally do it in hiding places. But now these days they put it on Facebook. Even Boko Haram has Facebook account. So it's like the mad west, Normally
Wow.
those things they do it behind the bush in the
Yeah.
creeks. But that's how they initiate the boys. That just is an initiation. That's all. Which is, I don't subscribe to that, but that's how bad it is. So you can imagine the number of boys that are under him because there's poverty, there's no work. All right, there's no work. So when you don't have industries where people can work and earn a living, all those children in the creeks, all those children in the waterside, that don't have anything,
Yeah.
a warlord can mobilize them.
That's true.
The warlord can mobilize them because he provides food for them, he provides shelter for them, he gives them money. All right. And then he trains them and they become his foot soldiers. So
he feeds them too, provides a place for them to sleep. So they'll forever be loyal to him.
Definitely. He gives them money.
Yeah.
And he creates peace around that whole environment.
Exactly.
Right? And the oil bunkering is them that do it. He just has a portion that is allowed. That's the truth. That is the truth. All of them have their oil bunkering positions. Ateketom is the chief of Okrika. Ateketom was a former warlord. Asari Dokubo is a warlord. All right, and he's a chief.
Asari Dokubo even came in support of Fubara. He did a video, right?
Yeah. Because he's riverine. You get me? That's why I told you of the history. He's a riverine.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, that riverine thing is what they said. No, since 1999, this is the first riverine governor. Why do you want to unseat him? It's unfair. What did he do?
Exactly.
So that is that sentiment that came out, and so you don't expect. And Asari Dokubo is ethnically Ijo, all right. So has an Ijo, but so by the time an Ijo spreads across the riverine states, so and they have the muscle. They have the muscle. The federal government knows about his muscle. They use it. They use Asari Dokubo to do a few things with his men. Is that they don't know? They know all that. So they have to. You have people like Tompolo, although Tompolo is more of Delta State and Bayelsa, but Tompolo is another warlord. Is Ijo. Tompolo is Ijo. So the Ijo forces will just combine. It's like my enemy, the enemy of my enemy.
Is my friend, Abby.
So all of them combine across the riverine axis. Then you combine with some of the upland people who are against what the governor is doing. So the governor has backing. Now is the next phase. Simlaye should make sure that all those people feel at home, everything is peaceful. Wike has no power. It's a simple thing. Wike has no power. He has taken the main thing, the local government. If you take the local government, you've taken the grassroots, and that's it. You can control elections. So the new party came, but he's not moving out from that party. It's just to control the structure. Basically, what they fought for in the local government was a fight for the structure of the state, and that's what he has defeated Wike. So Wike would be quiet and really think of his next strategy to either pipe low and chill. If not, Simlaye would discipline him because Simlaye has the books. Simlaye has if Simlaye creates a deal with Tinubu, which I think is his next move. If he creates a deal with Tinubu and say, Tinubu, don't worry, I will help you in the elections. I will give you what you want. I have the structure. Then Tinubu will throw away Wike. Simple. Just
that would be the deal. You can't have people go to party for Nigeria.
And as soon as they throw away Wike, immunity is off. Then Simlaye will do the final one. Bring out the books. Bring out let EFCC
and put him all the way.
Let EFCC start just
exactly. There'll be no hiding place for me. They'll just come donate to EFCC.
Yeah, but not that they would do him anything, but just to ruffle him up, like they're doing to Kogi. EFCC will just come around you, the embarrassment, just embarrassing, say some books, because it's this guy that cooked the books now. It seems that he's been cooking his books. So Simlaye knows all the things about the deals, the everything. So, but Simlaye just did not want to, how can I not be a governor and I cannot sign checks? He told Simlaye, you can't sign more than 5 million. Anything above 5 million, it's him that signs it. You bring it to
who signs it? Wike.
Wike.
Above 5 million, Wike go sign.
Yeah.
That was terrible, though.
It's slow now for a governor of Rivers State. It's slow. That means you can't do anything now.
You can't do anything. What's 5 million for the things that you need to do for the state? No.
But that's what happened in Kogi.
Are you serious? So if Ododo cannot sign above 5 million, now
Ododo does not sign anything. Ododo carries file, bring to this guy approve whatever. That's it. Don't you know that? Yes, now.
I don't know. Sorry, Kogi people. Sorry,
He has an office in Kogi Governor House. He has an office, designated office, inside the Kogi's Governor Lodge. What's his name? The so-called White Lion. So, but my own is that Nigeria should focus on what is happening in the country. And really, because that National Assembly, many things that goes through there, people don't know. Let's focus, because before this man is a tax man. Tinubu wants to collect tax as much as possible to pay all the things he's paying. So, if he centralize that taxation, put Alpha Beta there, then Nigerians' money is finally in his coffers. Until further notice. That's how to capture a state. That's state capture. He's an exponent of state capture. He captures it in every way.
Those state election is coming.
And that one is state capture straight.
That one is in the bag already.
That one is in the bag.
And then I think Anambra is after.
They should not even contest that one now. That one is... They should not even do election. They just give us the result.
I'm telling you.
True. No, it's true now. There are some things that are very obvious. Ondo State, how? When he has already done Edo. Is it Ondo that he will not do? That one is like a walk in the park. They've already said it. The same model they are doing is the same model they will do everywhere. So the only fear I have is for places like Abia State,
He already said, I think, is it not Ganduje that said they are working to ensure that they get Abia State?
Yeah.
It was I forget who said it. Somebody said that they are working to see that, make sure that Abia goes APC. Anambra election is coming up. Is it next year, right?
Yeah. The deputy speaker.
I suspect that Soludo will join APC.
Yeah, I think so. I have that feeling that he will do that. But I don't know whether he can do it constitutionally, but also the problem with Anambra own is this: the people, Abga is very dear to the Anambra people. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Abga is the party of Ojukwu. So the people take it as a personal thing.
Yes, like our own. This is our own.
This is our own. Do you know how long Abga has been there?
How long?
You know, I think it's been a while. It's been a while since I think it was since actually not too since Peter Obi. Peter Obi was the first Abga governor, I think so. Yeah. So and Peter Obi transformed Anambra. So the Abga people have a love for the Anambra people have a love for Abga. Number one, it was Ojukwu's party, and Ojukwu brought established, make sure that Peter Obi was the man that took over, and so the people have that love for him. Just that Peter Obi now is in Labour Party, and the people are having problems with Soludo because he has not delivered at all. He has failed on every side.
So the guy has disappointed you.
He has disappointed. So Soludo may play ball with Tinubu, and Tinubu may allow him. So that's where I'm saying it may not be like he changed party, but he will play a game and say, look, I'll do whatever it takes. But number two is Tinubu interested in Anambra? If he counts up states that he has, he may have what he wants. He may not be interested in it. The only thing he wants to do is to rubbish Peter Obi. That's all he wants to do. He wants to embarrass Peter Obi in his state. Do you get me? To say you can't even win your state. That's the mindset I think Tinubu will have, that I want to embarrass PO in his state, so I will make sure Abga wins. All right, and Labour Party will not win because Labour Party will be coming with there's this guy that is PO's Valentine Ozigbo, who is a much better individual to me. But Valentine Ozigbo is going to be like Peter Obi number 2. He has smart ideas, completely. He knows what to do. He knows how to execute. So the problem is, will the people suddenly shift from Abga for their governor to Labour Party? That is going to be a hard thing because Abga is very ancestral to the people. So if Valentine Ozigbo was coming under Abga, I would say confirm. But he's coming under Labour Party, who is the only thing about the Labour Party in Anambra is Peter Obi. So the people may align with can the people align with Peter Obi and give him governor?
Yeah.
Then but he may not win all the House of Assembly. The House of Assembly may be Abga, but the governor may be Labour. So that dynamics is very, very hard. It's a very it's just like what happened in Edo. All right, like when Edo started, I told you, Edo has for me 2 candidates that if they go anywhere there, I think they'll be in safe hands. I told you that time. I told you if they go for Aswe Igadalo, astute professional, he will deliver. He has clear. I think he's clear in his mind. If they go for Akpata, I think he's an astute professional. There will not be any of them that happens. I'm okay. But the funny thing, they went for it went outside those 2, so it's a bad news. Unfortunately, it's bad news.
But I heard that what I heard about that Edo election is that they already had their numbers written out. I heard it today that the people that were on ground said they already had the numbers written out. And
they already had the number written up.
They already had everything.
Yeah, that's what they did in Kogina. They wrote it up before time. But the problem was this. Like you said, Obaseki had the problem. However,
Obaseki did not have the people's support. Go ahead.
But I still believe that Asue won the election.
He did. He
Yeah,
did.
I believe
Because
he
I
won.
remember I was looking at the IREV
Yeah,
when the
yeah,
election at that initial stage. Afia was winning all. He
yeah,
won almost all. I mean,
yeah.
almost
Omoye, I
all
told you
the.
that IREV, like I told us, IREV is not going to be used. I've said it before.
Yeah,
The
you
Supreme
said
Court
it,
has
and
already
that's what happened. They ended up
the
now
I said
fixing
the
the
collation
numbers.
center, the collation center is where the fight is. If you
Yes,
don't
that was
fight
why
at that,
Obaseki was sitting there. Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
if you don't fight at that collation center, so I feel that Asue won, and he would have brought a very his government would have been starkly different from Obaseki, and I
Oh
think
yeah.
he would have delivered. Now, the problem was, Asue's brother Itua,
Mm-hmm.
Pastor Itua Igodalo.
Mm-hmm.
He's Peter Obi's right hand man.
I know now. I see them during election.
So it was very hard. You get me? It was a very hard thing. But of course he has to support his brother. But it was a very difficult thing. That's why they did as much as possible not to. Pio is a very professional guy. He will not insult Asue Gadalo. He will not go that way. Because at the end of the day, Asue Gadalo is a consummate professional. He would have delivered.
Yeah,
Definitely. All right.
without a doubt. He already had his blueprint.
So
I was pretty
unfortunately,
much. I was very impressed by, when I had the opportunity to listen to him. For a while. Oh, remember, I didn't make up my mind on time. I was still on the fence. One, I was paying attention to see whether. But to be honest, I would have preferred LP. You understand? But you can imagine how disappointed I was that it did not happen. They did not give that ticket to the rightful district. I
zone,
was
yeah,
heavily
yeah.
disappointed,
You
right?
have to think in Nigerian politics as it stands now is very tribalistic. Is very passionate about that.
Exactly. It's not
It's
like
just like
here where you can vote people based on,
based on
their
all that.
character
People
and
don't.
everything. We
Yeah,
haven't gotten to that point in Nigeria.
Yeah,
That's why a lot of people don't understand that. For me, I don't care. Here's the
Nigerian
thing, right?
politics has not
I
got to
didn't
that
care
point.
I wouldn't have cared if it was, let's say, everything else was equal. We have the right structures in Nigeria or anything. I don't care who comes out. As far as the person can deliver, right,
Deliver.
on his promises, and he's able to provide for that's all I care about. But because Nigeria has not graduated, they are still very tribal in their mindset. And I will be disingenuous and it will be dishonest of me to now see that, okay, we have how many senatorial districts? The plan is we have to be rotating this power so that everybody gets an equal take
Sense
on
of
it.
belonging. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, everybody gets a sense of belonging.
Exactly. So you cannot now, on the same breath, which is what Labour Party did, they made a mess of it. You're
It
not
was a
throwing
hard sell.
open.
It was a hard
Yeah.
sell.
Do you understand? You're not
It was
throwing
a hard sell.
open. You say?
Apata, it was in his zone, which has just currently served. It would have been okay, but not in an environment where the other two parties have aligned to where the people feel that the new governor should come from in terms of the rotational policy.
Right, and Akpata did not help himself either. That's another thing. We just have to be honest here. Akpata did not help himself. You know that you're taking somebody else's opportunity. Humility. But instead, his supporters were denigrating. Nigerians think differently, especially on ground.
Nigerians just think differently. And
They
the
think
funny thing,
differently. You
and one
cannot be
thing is that,
saying that, and then people are looking at you. They are paying attention. They are running with that narrative,
and
and you're
one thing is
acting like
this.
it's not. No,
Yeah,
that
and
was
one thing
what put me off
every
completely.
part of Nigeria, they say politics is local. So every part of Nigeria has its local politics. It's just like now River State. There's the Riverine and Upland. It's just like that. It's just like North and South. All right. So in River State, there's Riverine, there's Upland. That dichotomy is there. And the Upland people actually are ethnically Igbos. In short, you can even go further to say, even some of the riverine, the Opobos, the people from Opobo and some part of riverine have Igbo origins, because those places were really eastern. All right. So that's why you have, they change their names from Rumok, Wike, all those, they're all Igbos. Ikwere people are ethnically Igbos. Amechi is Igbo. Chibike Amechi, that's his name. Chibike is an Igbo name. So
okay. So let me just finish my thoughts on this.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. So the whole thing, you know, the way his approach about, I don't know if he had any good PR person around him. I think people he had around him were just they were just suck-ups. They were not telling him the truth. And they keep forgetting that it's Nigerian politics that we are doing. It's not American politics, it's not UK politics. You are dealing with people that are tribal instinctively, right? I didn't even know about it, to be honest. This, you know, it was Peter Obi that opened our eyes about election and all of that. That's when I really got into the whole Nigerian election circle. And I remember asking, I said, no, so this Edo came up. I was like, so how does this Edo thing work? As of 2 years ago, here, how many years? Almost a year ago, when we did this election, they said, oh, it's a turn of whatever. I said, oh, okay, so that's how it's done. They said, yeah. People have held on to that for God knows how long. And that region has been deprived, right, of the opportunity for 24 years. So you not expect them to fold their hand, and you are not even, you were not even humble enough to say, you know what, I understand, I hear you, I see you, you understand. There were so many instances where they said, you know, when whether it's the elders or the monarchs from those regions, they came to receive him, or they tried to come and see him, he wasn't, you know, seeing them. So many things were going on ground. And I'm like, and this guy wants to be governor? And then another thing he said that I listened to was when he said that, you know, he will create an agency where, you know, people can go and pick, you know, people can, you know, they can send people overseas to go and do domestic work, right? To teach. Some people like to have people from their villages come and teach their children how to speak the language and stuff. I'm like, what kind of plan is that? What kind of plan? People were just they were reacting emotionally based on, oh, it's LP. I'm like, no, this is not fair. I would not, even here, there's certain things I will not accept. And I consider myself very fair in everything that I do. I hate dishonesty. If you say you're going to do this, that's what I'm looking at. Don't come and turn around and change the game in front of me. You're not going to get away with it. That's how I operate, right? So to now see that play out in real time was very disgusting to me. And I felt disrespected because the man was not even, there was no humility at all. He was just doing whatever he wanted to do and all of that. So I wasn't surprised because people were coming up from the ground and saying this man is not going to win. And guess what? People from ground will call and say they would jump on them. Obedience to a jump. No, don't say that. They will abuse them. Oh, we were looking. You understand? It's not about sentiment, it's not about emotions. I could care less who runs Edo State. As long as there's road to pass, people are able to go to the farms and they're able to live. I don't live in Edo State. I don't remember the last time I went there. I don't have like an extra interest, like, oh, maybe.
But now the problem is,
Sorry?
I mean, I think Asue will go to court. Like,
I don't know about court. So me, I don't put mine.
No, not that. Of course, we know that the court will not work now. That one, we know that one. But he has no, what option does he have? He has to still go to court, conclude that process, and he's a lawyer. As a lawyer, it's instinctive for him. It's like what a lawyer would do. And he would go to court because he's a member of that institution. Because like if you're a media person, you go to media to say what you want to say. So he
I think that even going for Nigerian elections, what this whole thing has taught me is that Nigeria is a different beast altogether. You cannot run elections in Nigeria like the way you think about it here.
No.
Right? You can't.
That's why I give
So
kudos
they
to
think
when
differently. They still think tribe before any other thing. And they
this
have their
guy.
democracy has not developed or whatever it is. There's no civic responsibility. So you're doing extra work to try to get them to even see
Our
reason.
democracy has not developed to that
It
point.
has not taken off at all, if you ask me.
So that's why the politicians can always use bigotry, tribal bigotry, and religious bigotry to twist anything they want.
Exactly.
You understand? As soon as you like this Fubara Wike problem, all right, it's a personal problem. You know, according to Wike, agreement is agreement. It's an agreement they must have had, and in that agreement, the man wants to take his liver and take his kidney and eat, drink everything. You get me? The man cannot now. He can't give more. He can't kill him. He can't do that. You have to give the man something. You can't take 100%. You have to give the man.
That's wicked, though. How can you give
that's
him
greed.
like saying a small boy? I don't understand, Shao.
Yes, you be treating him as if he's small. But even this guy said it once, and he said this. Dele Momodu. He said one time he observed the way they were reacting, when they came for his dinner thing. He said, "This guy you are doing like he's a houseboy."
Yeah.
Even when they won the election, even when Simlaye won the election, you would think Wike is the governor.
I'm telling you, see when Simi was, like he was like trying to hide away, like from the limelight, so that Wike could shine. I was observing it. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah, that's what's happening now. Don't you see Ododo? What they're doing to Ododo is like houseboy. Houseboy.
What is that?
The Kogi governor.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere that man goes, the Ododo guy with him. When they said he was going to see EFCC, he followed him. I've never seen
his houseboy, man.
Like his houseboy.
You do what they tell you to do. When he won, did you see he went lick the man's feet? It's his houseboy. So basically, is a proxy. He's running a proxy.
Exactly. He's running the state by proxy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So that's what what's his name? Wike wanted to do. And after 3 months, the guy was still stifled. For somebody to after 3 months, it means I cannot. You are stifling a man, a grown-up man. For what? For position? No.
For how long? That man could not do anything.
How will he do anything?
He could not do anything, and you could tell he was stressed out.
Yeah, you can't sign up anything. You can't anything you are going to sign. Any
You
contract.
must see it first.
Yes. He must see it and he will take his cut. You get what I'm saying? Any money that coming to the state, you have your cut.
This is crazy.
There was even to travel. The guy does not travel without permission. That was too bad.
That was crazy, no.
A governor cannot travel. If you notice, he was not traveling.
He was not. He was always in River State now. And then when he wants to give press conference, he seemed like he was tight. Like the people around him were watching him. They were like, he was like there were hawks around him. I could tell from his body language. You could see.
There's no way the man can operate like that. There's no way. And for me, is the height of power drunk. I mean, okay, let's say, I think he has a father now. Jagaban is his father. Now, if you learn from Jagaban, when Jagaban had problem with Ambode, how did Jagaban deal with it? Jagaban kept quiet. He didn't come out. He didn't come out to drag him. Jagaban said, "No, I'm not going to fight anything. No. When it is time for re-election, I will show you how the structure." That's what Jagaban did. Jagaban did not say, every day you come out, you create mayhem in Lagos. No. Jagaban did not create any mayhem in Lagos. He allowed Ambode do his 4 years. Then he said, "Ambode, you are a good man, but you are not a party man." That was the statement. He said, "You are a good man, but you are not a party man." What does that mean? It means you are not playing the game as I want. no worries. I will bring in Sanwo-Olu. I will replace you. Because Jagaba has the structure. So he did not fight with the man in the open. But Wike was doing as if his head is hotter than everybody's head. So the man you are fighting is a quiet man, and everybody would think like, why you know when you are bullying when the bully on the playground, you are bullying the small person, you are bullying him. Suddenly the person will have some sympathy, he will go and get his own support, and then they will say, I beg, no bully him, no touch him. So that's what's happening, and then at the end of the day, they are all the same people, in my opinion. I just pray that sometimes politicians, they don't think. It's just like Obaseki. The people fought for you against Oshomole and the Hawks, and you now treated your deputy anyhow. You do anyhow to the people. How will you get re-election? It's just like Oti now. Oti knows that the president wants Abia State. All the forces are against me.
Yep.
But I have the people. And if I can trust the people, they will defend their votes. Abia people,
they will put their body on the line.
They will put they will know that
they're not going to agree.
We are not going. They will overwhelm. They must have to overwhelm the system. If not, they will go back into darkness.
I'm telling you, Abia people better be ready. I'm sure the government is aware not what to do.
So Abia people must be ready for fight. This thing, coalitions, and they must occupy everywhere. Say no way, our governor is returned. There's nothing he has done. He must be returned.
Yep.
So if not, imagine this man create, because he wants to win the southern states all APC.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting one. So I pray that my happiness is that at least Wike has seen that it's not laying that he's gra.
Yep.
Because that Wike is so annoying, I've not seen a person like that. So annoying.
Wike, and he talks too much. That guy,
yes, he annoys even normal politicians. He annoys everybody. Abuse everybody. You can't trust anything he says. Today he says this, tomorrow he does the other one. Man, he just power drunk.
You see here when he talked to the governor of your state, what's his name? That guy, Makinde. He told, and I said to me, Makinde was after that people should not put fire in his state or something.
Were they not friends before G5?
They were all friends, stupid people, the Musketeers, and that Benue governor. And who else? Maybe there were 3 of them.
And look at all of them. They all lost out. Only him gained. The Abia governor, Ikbazu was part of them. Ikbazu himself, Makinde, Sheyi Makinde, the Benue governor, Autumn, and who there were 5 of them that time. All of them lost out. Autumn lost out. He didn't win anything. Ikbazu lost out. Meanwhile, behind the scene, he was negotiating with Tinubu.
Yep.
He was negotiating with Tinubu.
Yep. He didn't tell them. They didn't know what was going on.
Selfish gain. Makinde nearly lost out. So he's not somebody anybody can trust. He's not known for that. He was the person that saying, oh, he will not take any ministerial post. He will not do this one. He will not do that one. It's not him that was looking for it. So he's a very power drunk person. And like I said, he's a tart. So as a tart, he just.
And it was his cousin that was Reko in Edo State. I didn't even know why they allowed. Anyway, Sha. When the governor is not like, that's what happened.
They now
Because that
small.
man had no business being direct in that district, first and foremost, because he's his brother. And the woman that they brought is like deeper life woman. That's APC clearly. No earring, no makeup, no.
She was wrecked.
Was wrecked, but no, I don't know what she said as. I don't know what she said as. But Wike's cousin, been a brother, I don't even know, one of them, was the one that was in charge of the whole thing. It was just a mess. I don't even know why people allowed it. I mean, I don't know.
No, but that
there's
earlier
anything
on,
they could have done about it.
APC had changed all the recs in the states, and they put all APC members as recs in the states. So that has happened since. Nigeria did not react because, like I said, we always focus on things that don't matter. What is VDM matter? Like seriously, VDM is doing his own thing. You get me? I don't care. Well, why would we care about Bobrisky issues? Who is this Bobrisky said?
I say they do national news. Falana,
That's what you call to
for over 45 minutes. You know that in the investment.
And they call the person to National Assembly. To be running the charade, the world. Like seriously, when there are real issues facing us, real existential threat facing Nigeria. Do you know what the World Economic Forum just said? The World Economic Forum now is proposing, and you see how they started proposing that government should not allow people have farms or gardens.
Yes, they came out to deny it. We know say na lie. They came, I saw it. They are proposing that people should not be allowed to have gardens.
Can you imagine?
Grow their own foods.
So that people will be in farming, and then we will now start eating GMO foods in Africa.
Exactly.
And basically they will pollute the land.
Yep.
Before you know, our so-called commander-in-chief will start propagating it.
Oh yeah. Because everything
because they give him money now. They give him money.
So far money they go collect and say anything.
He will sell us. I think I told you people that he will soon go on holiday. Didn't I mention?
What's that?
I told you that Jagaba will soon go on holiday. He has gone.
Yeah, you said it, and he has gone. He don't go to his vacation.
He don't go collect. Collect. I cannot.
He don't go collect instructions, further instructions. And for there they'll tell and say, make sure your people don't have farms again.
Mm-hmm. So you go and collect, then you start instituting it again.
Yep.
So
they will not send all those admirals come and be destroying people's farms in their houses. They will come out for inspection to see whether you are growing anything. You will scatter it. That's if Nigerians like, let them be watching BBN to oblivion. Then go see the app. So
have you also noticed something about the North? What do you think? The North is unusually quiet.
The North, because they are oh my God. See, the North is strategizing in a huge way. People don't even, this is why I am not gonna, I appreciate the North, the North, I give it to them. Those people know what they do. They know about politics. I'm telling you. Not be all this talk when they do. Do you know they did a huge registration for Labour Party members in the North? Wow. If you see how massive it was, I kid you not.
It's like the North is just waiting. Like they're just waiting.
They are just, I'm telling you. So they're just moving, right? Trying to put things in place. That Bello Galadanchi guy, phenomenal work he did. He's transforming the minds of his people. Those videos that he does, they just share it throughout. And then other parties like PDP, NNPP, they are slowly like, remember now recently, this guy came out and said he doesn't mind deputizing Peter Obi, Kwakwanso. He just came out and said that.
That one said.
No, me, I'm just telling you that the North is ahead. They are strategizing, they are moving. But the South, they are taking over the governorship. Instead of us to be coming together and say, okay, What do we do? How do we go about it? How do we take this to the grassroots? How do we? That's it for me. I know they see any election 2027. Me and you, they go just write declare. That's it. Because they know say people
Yeah.
will won't go against them. So they will. These guys
It's
already
well,
planning.
I need to run now. Sorry.
Huh,
I need
no
to run.
wahala. No,
Thanks
you
for
don't try
trying.
itself.
Yeah.
No, you have really tried. Thank you. It's been a great conversation. Thank you
No
for coming to
worries.
educate me. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful evening. You too. I'll be
You too.
shutting this down now. Guys, thank you very much. If you are not anything happen to your, whether not me by mistake, oh, I don't know. I just noticed that all of a sudden. But this has been great. Guys, I beg, let's keep our eye on the ball. Oh. Nigeria matter. No be here. We really, really need to pay attention to what's happening. There's a lot happening in the world. There's a lot that the World Economic Forum is trying to do and initiate in the world. We're not paying attention. We are inundated from every side about issues that are not issues. Yeah, okay. Oh. But anyway, I'll leave it here for now. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. And I'll see you guys on my next one. Good night. Bye. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good night, wherever you are. Bye-bye.